The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The NFL has some new kickoff rules coming this season. How will the Jets directly be impacted? We're going to talk about that and much more with someone who knows exactly how it's all going to go down. It's the Jake Asman Show on a Football Friday, the final Football Friday before the Jets report to training camp on Tuesday. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Can you feel the excitement, Jet fans? We are almost ready for training camp. Big shout out to everyone who tuned into yesterday's awesome interview with Jet Center Joe Tippmann. Check that out on the channel if you did not get a chance to watch it live. And a reminder, the Jake Asman merch store, which has been in the works for years, is finally happening, baby. It will be live for Patreon users exclusively beginning tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then in honor of the Jets reporting to camp on Tuesday, it is open for everyone else. But if you want exclusive access to the merch, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show, not only do you get exclusive access to all the merchandise, but you also get a discount code to get 15% off on every single item. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Joining us right now is someone who might be insane when I tell you what he did in regards to the NFL's new kickoff rule. There's an excellent article on the Circa Sports website. I will link it in the description for everyone to look at. But our guest, Shawn Syed, he charted and broke down 400 plus XFL kickoffs to see what it will now look like as the NFL adopts the rule that the XFL has been using. So, ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now to talk about his findings from this crazy exercise is Shawn Syed of Circa Sports. What's up, Shawn? Thanks for coming on.
Jake, appreciate you having me on. That intro really got me fired up. You know, I've been to MetLife, been to Giant Stadium, got to hear Fireman Ed lead that chant. So it's good to be on, even if we're just talking about kickoffs.
I love it. And you're from New Jersey, right? You were telling me off air. You grew up a Jets fan, so you could relate to the pain that we Jet fans go through. And now our optimism, of course, is we always find a way to somehow be positive going into a year, how we're feeling going into the season.
Yeah, I at least grew up adjacent to Jets fans. I'll say that. I do live in Dallas now, and I would agree with you. You know, I think last year so much reason for optimism, and let's carry that optimism for another year. Hopefully, it pays off. I know my brother has declared for the Jets this year after a long life of Chad Pennington and Geno Smith jerseys, so I'm excited for him as well.
I love it. All right, so let's kind of break this down here. So you're with Circa Sports. You guys do an excellent job talking all things football, looking at things from an analytical perspective. And I want to break down kind of the rationale behind why you sat down and you watched over 400 XFL kickoffs. So let's kind of start there. Where was the idea originated from, and how difficult was it to actually get all the film and break it down?
I think that the idea came from, like, it's just we love this game so much, right, Jake? We've been watching this game for so long, and it's just so rare that you get something from a rules perspective that changes things so drastically. So part of it was, you know, it's the summer. You're thinking of what do? You're not watching as many draft prospects after teams are kind of settled in. It's the off season. And so I sat down to watch one, I sat down to watch two, and then I was like, you know what? Give me all 407. Why would that be a problem? So my eyes maybe are not as happy, but you know, certainly lucky with the resources at Circa Sports to be able to work on it. And I'm happy that I did it, because I think there's some important findings that every team should think about. I'm sure that every special teams coordinator sat down and watched at least 100 of these to get an idea of, well, what are some of the strategies that teams use? What are some of the strategies that we can use.
So we're actually going to show on the screen momentarily an example of what it looks like. Because, Shawn, I still think a lot of football fans, look, with all due respect to the XFL, I think they have their pocket of fans in their growing league. But I think a lot of NFL fans probably, I'll worry about it when, training camp's here, preseason's here, and I actually will find out what this looks like. Your thoughts on just the level of surprise I think a lot of fans are going to experience when they see what it looks like when they implement these new rules.
Yeah, I think that fans are also going to realize, hey, that 5-minute bathroom break that I would take after a team scores a touchdown, it's got to be shortened a little bit because there's going to be way more kickoff returns. There's going to be potential for excitement where I think maybe the NFL is hoping that excitement comes from the return side. I think that's going to come from the kicking side, but we can talk about that later. So fans got to change their expectations a little bit of what their break schedule is going to look like. And I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little weird early on. Maybe the preseason feels like a little bit conservative. And then during the regular season, it's going to take people 10 to 15 kickoffs to kind of get used to it. You have to see some of these weird edge rules that are going to happen for you to really understand all of it.
No doubt about it. All right, Shawn. So I'm going to do a screen share here. We tested this before we signed on, so everyone should be able to see what it looks like here as I do this. So this is the article. I just linked it for those watching live. We'll put it in the description after the show as well. So once again, here's the headline. The new NFL kickoff, breaking down a season of XFL kickoffs to see what we should expect. I watched, charted, and broke down 400-plus XFL kickoffs to see what the NFL's new kickoff rule will look like. Here's what I learned. So we'll kind of start with just your overall takeaways here, and then we'll actually show. Why don't we do this, actually? Why don't we show one just so people get a feel for it, and you can kind of in real time break down what's different, what's so unique about this new rule. So here we go. I'm going to roll it. This is from an XFL game this past season. Here we go. And go ahead.
This was the one touchdown that was charted through all of 2023's XFL kickoffs. And as you can see it looks like two lines of players are lining up across from each other. The ball is kicked into the air. They're kind of waiting. These guys who spent their entire life running as fast as they can down 60, 70 yards of the field on kickoff, that's gone. So, that image we get of a kicker running up with their whole entire line during the Super Bowl this year, all those photographers are going to get a picture of a kicker standing by their lonesome. And then even on this clip, you can see the kicker's involved a little bit. They're where before they're certainly a last line of defense in certain ways, but of the 400, there was 14 that a kicker was a primary tackler, not including times like this where they're kind of made to look silly. So it's going to be interesting to see how teams respond overall. And, what do you do with your kicker? Do you have them kick in a specific style? Are you going to teach them to tackle a little bit? Do you need a guy as big as Greg Zuerlein that can take some of these guys down?
So your thoughts when you studied the Jets special teams, and Jet fans were lucky. The Jets have an excellent special teams coordinator in Brant Boyer, who survived 3 different regimes, which just tells you how highly regarded he is across NFL circles. When you were kind of breaking this down, Shawn, how important is the kicker? What does the kicker now need to do to be best equipped to handle the new rules?
So I think that every kicker across the NFL should be practicing a knuckleball kick. So like a low line drive, and the ball basically has to land between the 20-yard line on the kick return side and the goal line. But in the XFL, some of the clips, like if the ball bounces in that area, the rule was the ball had to be around for 3 seconds before anyone on the kickoff team can go. Now in the NFL, once the ball hits that landing zone, everyone can go. So that small difference, the XFL tried this rule out across junior colleges across the country and specifically created that rule really to avoid this specific kick. So to me, it's like a screaming sign to coordinators across the NFL. Hey, you guys need to be practicing this knuckleball kick. Once it bounces, your kickoff unit is going to be able to get an advantage on the returner. The ball's bouncing around. You don't know if they're going to be able to field it. And that's a chance to swing games. If you're able to push a team back to the 10-yard line, if you're able to steal a possession from a team, that is literally the difference between winning and losing. So to have a rule where, not that it's a flaw, I guess it is kind of a feature at this point, where you're able to take advantage of that. That's what I would be doing if I was a kicker. I've seen an NFL kicker do it. It looks pretty sick. And I think returners are maybe they'll end up not as happy with it by the end of the year.
So I'm going to show the graphic that you included in the story because I think it's super helpful for people to visualize it here before we show even more cuts. The new kickoff rule will require the kicking team to have 10 players lined up with their lead foot on the receiving team's 40-yard line, the restraining line as it's known as. The receiving team setup zone will have at least 9 players and will require 7 of those players to have the lead foot on their own 35-yard line with alignment requirements based on the field's landmarks, i.e. numbers and hashes. So it could look a little different based on the playing surfaces for these fields then.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the XFL, that picture would look different because all 10 people on the kickoff team, all 10 people on the return team would all be on the line 5 yards across from each other. In the NFL, you can have 2 players off the line outside the hashes. And you can also have what I call the 10th player, assuming you have 9 people on the line and a returner. The 10th player in this picture is a second returner. So the ability to have that, I think, helps a little bit where when teams do that knuckleball, if the ball is bouncing outside, you have a little bit of a better ability to field it. But then you get some creativity in what's that person going to do? Is it going to be like that person's a lead blocker? Are you going to get someone that runs a reverse with that other returner? Or is it going to run the option where a guy's like chasing someone and we're pitching back and we start to look like rugby? I think that little difference and the players being off the line is able to open up a little bit more flexibility. And can we make this look like a run play in a few different ways?
So, of course, 2 of the 9 players, as you're talking about, have to be in the return team setup zone, can be off the 35-yard line within a 5-yard range, but must remain outside the hash mark. So would you expect most teams to kind of have this type of setup here where they'd have the 2 return people specifically placed in those spots to basically cover the whole field for that knuckleball kicks that you're kind of referring to?
I think so, because it allows you to, what I just charted as a pull, where you have a guy from the inside going to the outside to block a player, more than one kind of player over, if you're considering your player the person that's lined up across from you. So it allows you to change the angles just a bit, where you have those guys on the outside now, instead of just turning around and trying to catch a person running full speed at them. Let me block down. Let me use my leverage advantage just a little bit to push this guy out while I have someone pulling around. And to use 2 of those players, it gives you the flexibility of, well, if the ball goes to the right, we can run it to this side. If the ball goes to the left, we can run it to that side.
Break down the visual that we see on the screen here. I think the more people kind of hear you talk about it, Shawn, the better people will start to really grasp it and understand it. Then we'll show more footage. You got the kickoff start line, the setup zone, the landing zone. Those are the 3 new terms that football fans, NFL fans are going to have to learn quickly.
Yeah, so think about it. The kicker's all by their lonesome on that 35-yard line on the kicking team side, and then everyone is past the 50 on the return team side of the field. So the kickoff start line is that line on the 40-yard line because everyone is there. 5-yard kind of dead area, 5 yards across from that. The setup zone, because you can have 2 players outside the hash marks be in that kind of 5-yard area. But that's where most of everything's going to happen, right? Really between that 45 and 30-yard line is where like a lot of the fun is. And then the landing zone, again, it's from the receiving team's goal line to the 20-yard line. That's where kickers are going to be targeting the entire year. If the ball bounces outside the 25, you have a penalty. You're going to have to deal with those sorts of issues. It's going to end up on the receiving team's 40-yard line. If a player kicks it out of bounds before the goal line, that's the same penalty going to come out to the receiving team's 40-yard line. In the XFL, it was the kicking team's 45. So that was like almost more punitive. So all these are just like little rules. Again, when I first watched it, I was like, all right, well, this is a lot to digest. I think that it just takes a few to watch. You're going to watch a few. You're going to see someone kick it. You're going to see a flag. You're going to wonder why the ball's in this area instead of this area. But I promise over time, it settles in pretty well.
Is there any different strategy with who you put out there on the kickoff team as far as the body size, the type of athlete you want when you talk about the guys that are in the zone where all the action happens, which once again, for those who are unfamiliar with the term, the setup zone where the magic, so to speak, happens with the physicality on the kickoff?
So I think that what's interesting about it is like it's so technique based, particularly on the receiving side, where it kind of looks like a running back who's picking up a linebacker on a blitz because you're backpedaling a little bit. You got to kind of catch a person who's running full speed at you. To me, the best people are people that are obviously going to be athletic. Like I think the NFL always places such an emphasis on hyper athleticism, and that is not going to change because of this. On the kickoff side, you need to be able to get to full speed very, very quickly and just make one move, one quick jab and get around the person that's blocking you, get back on your lane and go make a play. So I do think, maybe edge of the roster, like running backs, that's a position where I think that those players are hopefully able to get on the field this way. I mean, more NFL players are going to get paychecks because of this. They're going to be in the stat sheet because of this. We're going to have so many more just tackles on kickoff. We're going to have so many more nice blocks on kickoff or nice returns. So I think that's something that for NFL players, I think hopefully that's a little bit exciting.
All right, this next clip here is what you're calling shuffle blocking. So I'm going to play the clip a couple times as you kind of break it down for us, Shawn.
So when I was watching these, I just like thought, all right, well, we have to categorize what kind of blocking these teams are doing. So I broke it up into 3 based on kind of how far teams were like turning their returners based on the setup line. So in this clip, you can kind of see the returning side on the 30-yard line. In the XFL, the rules the yard lines were different than what it'll be in the NFL. But the players are just like turning straight to the kickoff team right away and kind of basketball shuffling. It's kind of like a man-to-man coverage a little bit, or it's like man-to-man defense in basketball. So that was one of them. And, it's hard. Like you can see in this example, the third guy from the left on the kickoff side, like you have an advantage when you're running full speed at another human being and they're kind of solid in their ground. So you're going to have players that have that really strong anchor and then are able to maybe just try and open up a lane for their returner.
Yeah, it's just so different here. Now, this play, only one returner back there for, I guess it's the Roughnecks, if I'm correct here, in my XFL now. It's given the fact that I used to go to some of these games. Your thoughts on that specifically here?
So in the XFL, the rules were 10 players on the kickoff side on the line, 10 players on the return team on the line, and you only had one returner. So in the NFL, it feels like their response a little bit is, hey, we can make it a little bit different. We can give teams a little bit more flexibility. Let's allow 2 of these players to be off that restraining line, and then teams are allowed to have 2 returners back there.
Yeah, that's a good refresher even for me, just realizing, oh yeah, that's right. The NFL is doing it a little differently with the 2 people back there now. So all these clips, you'll see 1. So here's another one that we could go through here. Break this one down for us, Shawn.
So shuffle blocking, I called it from like when the blocking unit was kind of setting up from 0 to 2 yards. And then I just called this shuffle drop, where it's between 2 and 4 yards off that initial line. It gives like the blockers just like a bit more time to kind of be ready for something that's coming at them. But in practice, it was interesting because I thought that sometimes blockers got put in a little bit of a tough spot where they're running backwards. In this image, I'm pretty sure at the top of the screen, you can see it a little bit more clearly. But sometimes blocking players were like dropping back a little bit and like just turning as the kickoff team was running straight at them. So initially I felt like, all right, well, this is going to be the hybrid of 2 kind of techniques, where one I call shuffle, one I call drop, which we could talk about after. And then shuffle drop is in the middle there, but it put people in a little bit of a tough situation.
Yeah, it's so radically different than what
it's weird,
seen.
Right?
Yeah.
It is a little weird.
I mean, the kickoff in the NFL for, basically the last, whatever they made the most recent changes, it's basically been non-existent. I've heard special teams coordinators say they expect, the average team to have 100 or more returns this season. I think Robert Saleh said that the Jets have done some simulations where they think it's over 100 of returns they're going to have this year.
Yeah, that is, I think that you should be really excited about that. Like it's crazy that, like, yes, it's just one play, but to me, the important part is, or at least at the end of this, when I took away of it, is the starting field position for teams is going to have to be earned, and just defaulting to the 25-yard line, hey, it's going to be a touchback every time. That's not going to be what it is. Or maybe some teams just kind of throw up their hands and surrender it and say, let's kick it out of the back of the end zone, which now would bring the ball to the 30-yard line. But the difference between starting on the 20, if you can get that knuckleball and pin a team back, and the 30-yard line, your chances of scoring on the drive are decreased. And that in one game, over the course of all the games over a week, over all the weeks in a season, is a difference in literal points that are going to happen on the field. So I think that I'm probably more excited about it because I just watched all of these and I've been thinking about it for probably a little bit too long. But the fact that it is going to make a difference in how points are scored and potentially how games are won is pretty cool.
I love it. Let's show more here, because I think this one, just the different angles, the different perspectives you get the more you watch it. It's exciting as a football fan. So here we go. Here's another play. Wrong button. Here we go. Here's another play we're going to have you break down, Shawn.
So this one was a third type of what I called primary blocking. So this is I just called it drop blocking, because it literally looks like, you can see at the bottom of the screen, people are like dropping back like linebackers. So I tried to be like technical with it, where shuffle blocking is 0 to 2 yards, shuffle drop is 2 to 4, and then drop is 4+. But really just like think about it as one of the strategies. Well, how can you as a return team kind of change the angles a little bit? How can you find different ways to manipulate your blocking scheme? So something that teams did a little bit more rarely is they literally dropped back. Like they dropped back like they were linebackers kind of covering zone coverage, and then they were able to pick up players there. So I wonder how, I'm sure teams will kind of experiment with all 3 of the blocking types that we saw. But to me, I think a little bit more of the juice is like, well, how do you scheme it up a little bit? And because it feels like a run play, Jake, I'm not sure if you agree, but when you look at it, it's kind of like an extended run play. So to me, the special teams coordinators can use the run game framework and even terminology, if you want to call certain plays as a kick return unit, to manipulate this in their favor.
If people have questions for Shawn, make sure you write them in super chats. We'll cut the line. A couple I wanted to get into before we show a couple of the trick plays I saw that you put in the article that I thought, this would be pretty cool to see. Some teams look to run it. So let's see. This one is from Tom Acer writes in, can you circumvent all this by kicking a squib kick while lined up for a declared onside kick?
So that's interesting. I will say all of the full rule book isn't out there. Onside kicks are, the surprise onside kick is like fully dead. Now you can only kick an onside kick when you're down in the fourth quarter and you have to declare it. So it's like a publicly known thing in the world. Hey, we're going to onside kick here. So you can't declare an onside kick in the second quarter and kick the ball down. And then if you're, I imagine that if you declare an onside kick in the fourth quarter, you're down and then you kick a squib kick. Yes, you can do that, but you're a team that's down in the fourth quarter. So you're fighting to get the ball back anyway. And it might be that over time that we see enough of these kickers be good enough at that knuckleball and to create enough fumbles that actually the best strategy is just kind of kicking it regular.
J-Quest wants to know, what was the average starting field position in the XFL?
So it's in the article. I believe it was close to, I'm scrolling. I think it was close to that like 20, between the 28, 29 yard line. And so that is partially because, the kicker had the ball back, between the 28 and 29 yard line, close to the 30. The kicker was a little bit further back. These players aren't as fast. The return unit is at a different yard line. So all of that kind of combined makes me think, I would be surprised if in the NFL, if it was actually that high. I think when I went into it, I thought, all right, this is going to be in the return team's favor. We're going to see teams starting out in front of the 30-yard line fairly often. But I think the best teams are going to be able to keep teams inside the 25-yard line pretty frequently.
David wants to know, is Shawn advocating for using offensive linemen in part on the receiving team and defensive linemen on the kicking team?
So that's a good question. And that was something I thought about. I will say that every XFL team kind of had their different personality and even through personnel. And some teams had offensive linemen up there, or they would like bunch people together and have an offensive lineman in the middle. And they were just not fast enough. So I would say like pretty firmly on the offensive line side, if you're like a real big body that can only kind of kick slide a few steps, like I probably wouldn't put that player out there, because in the NFL, you think about holding penalties, right? Where it's a guy on the outside is grabbing cloth a little bit. The runner goes outside of them. And now, hey, I'm still grabbing on, the ref sees it and throws a flag. So between the speed and that specific problem, to me, I wouldn't say offensive linemen. Now, defensive linemen, maybe like on the inside, particularly on that kickoff kind of coverage unit, but you got to be like a freak athlete. To me, it feels like that safety body type is kind of the perfect body type where you're a little bit of a hybrid. You have enough meat on you to really take that contact and be physical, but can be explosive enough down the field to make a person miss in space.
If you're a fringe NFL roster player, you should love these rules, because this just gives you another opportunity to maybe make a team.
I 100% agree with you. Like, I keep thinking about it. What are the positives to take away from this? I think the players and teams that are excited about it, I think we'll be able to tell by the way that they treat it. And now the preseason, do I think everyone's going to break out all of the fancy stuff? Probably not. But if I'm a special teams coordinator and I'm trying to learn, okay, can my players really execute this on game day? Kick that ball in the air to the 10-yard line, and let's see if they can execute the techniques, where I do think players are going to be able to separate themselves in terms of this player's a really good blocker or this player's a really good coverage player. And I agree with you. It should be exciting for people kind of on the edges of rosters.
Here's another example we could show on the screen. This is what you're calling a trap block, as you were alluding to here, breaking it down. So I'll roll the cut as you kind of explain what you're noticing here.
So I used to use like run game terminology. I called a trap a player from the outside, blocking back to the inside over the course of more than one player. So in this one, it's the player at the bottom of the screen that's trapping the third player from the sideline on the kickoff unit. And it's cool to me. It's like, oh, this is not something that we see on kickoffs to this day. And it's a player able to create a leverage advantage. Obviously, you're not going to be able to have blindside blocks and things like that. And in the XFL, this specific thing was sometimes an issue. Like, it's great on paper. It looks awesome on paper, but the player was a little bit too slow, where that player that you were supposed to be trapping was getting down the field too fast. But again, in the NFL now, two players can start a little bit off that line. So now you can use that to your advantage and get a little bit better of an angle. But to me, this was a good example of, hey, you treat it like a run play. manipulate things just a little bit and give special teams coordinators one more thing to worry about.
Here's another angle here, like an overhead angle that I think is interesting. Just try to give Jet fans that are tuned in as many different vantage points of this play because it's unique. It's definitely different from what we're used to. So here's another play here that we'll have you break down from this perspective.
So this is an example of what I just call double. So you're going to see the left side. Two players are going to kind of like double team one player, and then the outermost player is also going to block down. So you see an unblocked player on the edge of the kickoff unit. And Jets fans, I think all teams in the NFL are used to that. We're on run plays. A lot of times there's going to be a player that's unblocked. Usually it's a cornerback. Sometimes it's a safety, and that's like in the run game framework. So teams are used to that style. So I think they're going to try different things that they're used to doing in the run game. So it's going to be interesting to see. Are you going to say my kick returner is good enough to make one player miss? We don't even need to block your edge players. He's going to make a miss and he's going to go ahead and get out. But something that was interesting that I found is when players were, making those sweet moves and look like a sick kick returner, if you make one guy miss, all of the other kickoff coverage players are coming straight at you. So I think you need to be a returner that's going to be able to get vertical in a hurry, go ahead and get downfield. And Jake, it's going to be like a lot of kind of like unsexy returns where you just got to be satisfied with getting the ball to the 28-yard line. And the whole XFL data, there was one touchdown. So there's a good chance that the touchdown rate, which was already pretty small, I think there was 5 last year in the NFL, there's a chance that goes down.
Interesting. A couple questions that are coming in here that we'll show some trick plays before we wrap with you, Shawn. Jesus Jerry writes in, were these specialist returners, running backs, receivers, what percentage? So I guess referring to the people that were returning the kicks.
Yeah, so they weren't like just, hey, this player is just a kick returner. That's all they're going to do for the team. It felt like the type of player was, certainly more in the running back kind of receiver mold. I think I would lean, like if I just had to pick, I would kind of lean a little bit toward the running back where like that specific skill set of do I have vision? Like these holes are going to be small because teams are going to try and compress them as much as possible. And I need to be able to get to top speed in a hurry, get downhill, and really finishing through contact and being able to fall forward and getting some of those extra yards. But I mean, the Jets have Xavier Gipson. Like I'm more than happy to have him back there. I'm not saying, oh, you have to be a running back to be able to do this type of return. I do think it's going to be a specific skill set that should translate, I think, for example, what Gipson already has. It just may be that, there's a few less tackles and, it may be that some of those players may need to be a little bit heavier on the return side in terms of just taking that contact, because I think something that the NFL is also going to see is a lot of big hits that maybe were a surprise. I was pretty surprised at the XFL level, even how big some of these hits are. And in the NFL, every single tackle is a car crash. So obviously hoping for every returner to be able to stay healthy there.
No doubt. Now the Jets also have Tariq Cohen, who they brought in to basically compete for a spot on the roster. He hasn't been healthy, but when he's healthy, I mean, he was an all-pro returner. Your thoughts on him potentially being this team's returner, either him or Gipson kind of competing this summer for that spot?
It may be a situation where the Jets decide, hey, we're seeing enough of these knuckleball kicks. We need to have 2. So there's not really a problem with having 2. I think that can be a positive in some way. So I think that both of them should get a shot. And it might actually even come down to who is literally better at fielding the ball. If we're seeing so many of these knuckleball kicks where you really have to get low and be able to field it like you're a shortstop getting a ground ball, that's another differentiator where that's a skill set that I would certainly work on if I'm going to be a kick returner. So I think that should be at least interesting. And I think that hopefully in the preseason, maybe Cohen has to take some of these reps in preseason that we can see it.
Shawn, it's so funny you bring up the baseball analogy there, because I remember when Rex Ryan was the Jet head coach, Mark Sanchez in his rookie year had a problem like sliding. He just was terrible at the quarterback slide. So Rex brought in Joe Girardi, who was then the manager of the Yankees at the time, to teach Mark Sanchez how to slide. So maybe, Robert Saleh needs to bring in, Aaron Boone or one of the coaches from the Yankees or Mets to kind of tell these guys how to field the knuckleball football like it's a ground ball to short.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you're not turning 2 by any means. You're not fielding the ball and having to throw it anywhere. So that's a big deal. I mean, obviously, hopefully Mets coaches instead of Yankees coaches. I just assume the Jets Mets connection, brothers in suffering is an important thing to have.
I'm a Yankee fan, so thank God I've seen a championship in my lifetime.
You've chosen well.
There you go. That said, I was so excited to play for the audience here. So I'm going to put it up on the screen. This was one of the trick plays that you outlined in your excellent article, which once again was thrown in the comments earlier and will be linked in the description afterwards for those who want to read the full thing. But break down this trick play here, because I think this is where, if you have a really good special teams coordinator, it can make the difference in a pivotal moment.
So this one was like the one that I just labeled as trick, because you're going to see the players literally going to throw the ball across the entire field, which is so fun. But look at the end result. It's like the 28-yard line, which is kind of like a touch below average. So overall, it was 18 net return yards on this one. So it's so exciting to see. But unfortunately, one of my conclusions was kind of, hey, like, you don't have to be doing this sort of thing or having tons of reverses where things just happen, I think, a little bit too quick. I would be interested to see in the NFL where I think players are going to be able to make the kickoff unit pay a little bit more, and really some of the small windows are going to be able to be blown open when you have a guy like Gibson that's so explosive, for example, that's able to find their way into the open field. So unfortunately, I think my excitement is a little bit more on the kickoff side, I think, than the return side, but someone's got to try something, right, Jake? Like these special teams coordinators have been, obviously they get fancy on punts sometimes, and, blocking an extra point has been blocking an extra point since the beginning of time, essentially. So they get the chance now to shine. And, I think what we're going to be able to see, well, this is the difference in one special teams coordinator to another one.
Is there anything else that you'd recommend showing before we wrap here, Shawn, specifically in the article? I played some of the ones I wanted to show. I wanted to definitely show the trick one, but is there anything else that you think is important to show as we kind of break down this new rule?
There's just one. It's towards the bottom. The clip, you can see the kind of Bengals logo right there. I think it's probably, it's the last video. It's close to the conclusion. So I just want to show see this one, because I keep saying knuckleball. I really, really think, and Jake, I could be totally wrong and look like a fool, and I'm more than happy for that. That's totally fine. But I think that kickers are really going to be able to learn this. And now this is unfortunate where, hey, the camera's really far back, so I'm sorry that everyone's not going to be able to see it beautifully. But like that ball kick like that, dying down there, this is going to be such a big difference between kickers. If a kicker, look, I know kickers, they're going to get paid to kick the biggest field goal in the biggest moments, and I don't blame them at all. I think that's certainly where the money is made there. But a kicker that's able to kick this, and I watched multiple NFL kickers able to do this, and went back and saw clips of them doing it during the season, where can you kick a ball that hits around the 20-yard line, just bounces around kind of funky and dies? Because again, the kickoff return unit would have to stay on the ground if the ball was in the air. But once that ball touches the ground, you can go. And now the returner is fumbling around. Their eyes are down, and the kickoff unit is running straight at them. I'm concerned for a lot of returners. And it could be that, hey, sometimes a kickoff return or kickoff unit over pursues, and now the returner is just able to run free. But if I don't see a lot of knuckleballs, I might be a little disappointed, because I'm now personally invested in this, and I guess professionally invested in seeing these fun kickoffs. But to me, if you're not trying this, it feels like you're like leaving an edge on the table, where in the NFL, the margins are just so razor thin.
That's interesting. All right. Question here from David. Last chance to ask Shawn anything about this new rule. Shawn, how many kickers were injured? Do you foresee teams keeping 2 kickers on the 53, one for kickoffs, one for field goals?
So to my knowledge, no kickers were injured. No kickers were hurt in the making of this article. Again, I said there were 14 times where they were like the primary tackler. They made the tackle. That doesn't include the times they got juked out or run over, or that they were kind of secondary influence. So I do think there's like a little bit of like warrant to the thought, hey, should we put a position player back there? Because when I started it, I figured, okay, I'm going to learn that you should always kick to the left or always kick to the outside. But the study showed that, the results were kind of similar. So it feels like if you can have a kicker that just gets the ball there, there's a positive in having a person that's able to tackle. I will say the kicker has to stay behind the 50-yard line until the ball is live. So you can't just kick the ball straight in the air, go chase it down like we're kind of playing like recess football in a way. So I do think there's thought to, does the NFL need to expand their rosters? Because now you're going to have more players on the return side that are involved in this physical play. And that could certainly lead to more injuries, because football is an injury guaranteed sport in so many ways. So 2 kickers, maybe not. But if I'm a free agent kicker, I am knuckleballing all day, and I'm sending tape to every special teams coordinator. Look, I can get the ball to die on the 5-yard line. And I think that kickers are really good at what they do, even when they miss field goals. And I think the best ones are going to be able to manipulate the ball in the ways that they want.
Shawn, this was awesome, man. Where can people find you?
Jake, appreciate it. On Twitter at Syed Schemes. And then, give SumerSports.com a try. Give it a visit. Press refresh a few times. Let my higher ups know that people are visiting the website so I can do more fun stuff like this.
Check out the full article. Once again, it will be in the description. And, of course, we put it in the live chat if you're tuned in live this morning on the show. I mean, Shawn, you did God's work here, man. God bless. 400 plus of these kickoffs, and you put it in article form, easy to digest for every football fan out there. So great job, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks so much, Jake. Really appreciate it.
He's Shawn Syed. My name is Jake Asman. We continue here. Lots still to do. We'll open up the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Take some of your calls. Jet fans, I ask you this. After seeing Shawn's analysis, your thoughts on these new rules. Are you confident in Brant Boyer, Xavier Gibson, maybe Tariq Cohen, Malachi Corley, whoever is back there for the Jets, that the Jets are going to be well-equipped to handle these new rules? Lot to do. Super Chats will cut the line. You know, I want to do something nice here on a Football Friday. I know the merch store is opening tomorrow for Patreon users. How about this? Because we're getting close to another emoji threshold. If we get 25 memberships in this show, I'll open up the merch store for 25 minutes early for people tuned in live here on this Football Friday show. So 25 as maniacs that join the channel. Merch store is open for 25 minutes. Once again, the merch store is dropping tomorrow for everyone on Patreon exclusively, and you get a discount code. And also, we made the adjustment last night in honor of the great Charles Gorman. The Asmaniac and the Jake Asman Show tank tops are called the Charles Gorman Asmaniac Men's Premium Tank Top. Boom. Shout out to the great Charles Eugene M. Gorman. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Lots still to do. Quick break to talk about Circa. We'll come back, and guess what? We're opening up your phone lines for all of the madness that is the Jake Asman Show.
We don't need gimmicks like giant checks and mascots to promote this year's football contest because we're giving away even more money than we did last year.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes to be exact. There's 2 ways to win and no rake.
Players in Circa Millions make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries select 1 team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. Visit circasports.com for details.
Let's go, baby. $16 million in guaranteed prizes. Are you kidding me? It's going to be awesome. And also, we're going to be in Vegas at the end of August for their contest weekend to kick off the football season. So if you're a local Las Vegas resident, like some of our Asmaniacs are, join me at Circa August 22nd through the 24th. We'll do a meetup if you're in town. Reach out and we will make something happen, or you could just stop by Circa and take part in all the events they have planned for contest weekend at the end of August. For more information, as you heard in the commercial spot there, circasports.com. All right, let's open it up to your comments and questions. Super chats cut the line on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Joining us up first is a guy who knows damn well what's going to happen to Brock Purdy on Monday Night Football in Week 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Dre joins us. What's up, Dre?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Hey, Dre, how are you?
I'm in a hidden office right now. This is all part of the IT troubles that have been going on this morning. So we're working hard to try and bring everything back online. But
what's the timeline on that, by the way? I woke up to that news this morning and I couldn't get into my bank account. I was like, what's going on? Am I dealing with fraud charges again from the merch store? And it turns out everything's down.
Yeah, you can definitely blame CrowdStrike. That is what the best part is, driving into work and I've got satellite radio, XM radio, and I'm listening, and then all of a sudden the CrowdStrike commercial comes on, and I'm like, really? They really put it? It's like watching, commercials with the Jets, oh yeah, we're gonna do stuff and we're on Twitter, but then like a former Jet catches the winning touchdown for the Super Bowl. It's like the same kind of concept. It's like, really, this is not the right time for this. But I think for the most part, most of that is over. There's still probably going to be some minor issues going forward, but hospitals should be back online. Airports should be back online by now. But yeah, blame CrowdStrike and blame Microsoft. But other than that, we're all good. We're back up and running.
That's good. But I'm glad you still found time to call in. I mean, we needed
it. I have my priorities in order, so I mean, there was never a question. So long as YouTube and StreamYard was online, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be here too.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, A day without a Dre call from the office. I mean, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree because it really works out my day. Like yesterday was just yesterday was a bad day to be in the IT department, but there was a lot going on, but we were actually able to get through. And I remember driving home, and I'm like, I didn't get to call, I didn't get to watch. I caught the tail end of the live show, but I missed the Tipman interview, and I was so upset. I caught everything after, and I'm like, oh, I've got to go back and rewind. I've got to go back and rewind. And then my home life, it was a little crazy at home, so I was like, all right, we're going to take Friday afternoon to ourselves, and we're going to take it. It's not a hold in because I want to be at work, but this afternoon I will be here present at work, but we will not be focused on work duties. We are going to take a personal mental health break for ourselves, but also be here in case something hits the fan. Okay, I'm here to help. But if you need something from me, get it next week because I'm actually off next week too. We'll be coming down to see all of my friends and family. So I'll knock on the Jake Asman apartment door and be like, hey, I'm here for my call in for the show while I'm live. I'm here for the guest spot. So I'll be in your neighborhood.
Dre, I don't know if you know this, but the last 30 seconds of that, he kept going in and then out. Like it looked like you've left, but then you came back. So I don't know. The hackers might be still coming after you.
Yeah, they probably are. They're probably trying to keep me down. They're coming after my firewalls. I'm gonna have to batten down the hatches here and go DEFCON 1.
Dre, you are the man. Good luck with your day at the office with all the issues.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Dre, what do you think about Brock Purdy?
He's going to die.
That he is. From a football standpoint, not actually murder on the field. We don't want that. Right? We don't want that. Mike D's Nuts with a super chat. Jake, you see Rossini stirring the pot once again. I did not. Let me guess. Something anti-Aaron Rodgers, D's Nuts.
D's Nuts.
Let's see. Did she write an article? Was it a podcast? Let's see. Do I really want to give her the attention she wants with this stuff? Let's find out. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, it's not on her Twitter. So you let us know what it is, Mike. You let us know. Pat says, CrowdStrike sabotaging Dre's call. It's true. They're coming after Dre. We can't stand for this. Ladies and gentlemen, where was this comment? I just bookmarked it. Now it disappeared. Anyway, Snowball is out there in the audience. And I bring up Snowball because if you're in our Discord, and really, if you're a diehard of this show, there's no reason to not be on Patreon. It's $5 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee a month. And now with the merch store launching on Saturday, you get a discount on every item in the merch store for just being a Patreon member. So you make your money back tenfold just based off that. That said, in our Discord earlier this morning, Snowball, who is vacationing in Italy right now, sat down with some Italian guy to ask him the hard-hitting questions that Gary and everyone wants to know.
All right, as maniacs, I have a legitimate Italian here with me. His name is John, and I'm going to ask him the question, okay? Do you ever eat chicken with pasta?
Si mangia lo pollo coppa la pasta, sulla pasta. Tu la mangi mai così, pollo e pasta?
Mai.
Mai, never.
Never.
Non si fa.
Non si fa.
No.
Ok. Proof.
Non è un piatto tipico italiano, cioè mangiare sulla pasta, mettere sulla pasta.
It is not a typical Italian
si mangia
dish.
la pasta come primo, il pollo come secondo.
You eat pasta as your first dish, and then you would eat chicken as your secondo, which is your next entree, but not together.
All right, a legitimate answer.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Prego.
Okay.
Thank you, Italian guy in Snowball. Let me say this. That was never the discussion, though. If that's not what they do in Italy, that's fine. The point was, Gary was acting as though eating chicken with pasta is somehow gross and disgusting. let's not misremember what we were talking about. We were not debating if that's something that they do or don't do in Italy. Gary was acting like it's outrageous for someone to get chicken parm and penne pasta on the side. That's the difference here, people. That's the difference. Gary said that he would have gas station pizza over McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King, any item. So I'm not going to sit here and try and turn Gary into a martyr. He is not. The original thing that set people off was him looking down on us Americans, who like chicken with pasta. Remember, let's go back to the song that was put together by Gator McCluskey due to the fact Gary's takes were so horrendous.
Chicken doesn't go with pasta. Don't you know it's disgusting? Chicken can't go with pasta. Why? Because of the texture. Instead, go get yourself pizza at the closest Shell gas station, because chicken don't go with pasta. I just discovered dogs are pets.
Let's not forget, Snowball writes in, he also said Gary has horrible takes. Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, calling in right now to defend himself is none other than Gary. Hello, Gary.
I just can't ever get work done. I feel like Godfather. Like I'm out and they pull me back in. There's a reason why they don't see fa, right? That's what she said. Non si fa. That's not something that we do. The reason why that's not something that we do is because it's disgusting. If it was delicious, if it was yummy like veal or seafood with pasta, then it would be done. But the reason why it's not done is because it's disgusting.
It is not. But I guess you're entitled to your opinion, no matter how wrong it might be.
This was the conversation. Like, if you're going to have pasta, why don't you put something on it that goes with pasta, like veal or pork or seafood? Why put something that, when you have it, right, you have to cover it in cheese and sauce because you're trying to hide the taste of the chicken, right? When you put seafood on it, you don't season it that much, right? You don't do that much to change the texture and the taste of the seafood or the veal. When you do it with chicken, you cover the chicken in sauce and cheese to make it not taste like chicken. There's a reason why you're doing it, because those two things don't go together.
You done?
I'm good. I'm good.
I just don't have it in me, man.
I'm not looking down on anyone, right? If you want to do that, do it. It's Marigon, like my mom would say. It's Marigon.
So if someone said, "Hey Gary, I have the most delicious chicken parm, right, from Patsy's," Sinatra loved it. He would go there all the time.
Marigon.
You would not have it.
It's not. There are other things, like it would be the last thing on the menu I would order. I wouldn't eat it. I would eat something else.
Would you rather have gas station pizza or chicken parm with pasta?
I'd rather have chicken parm than gas station pizza.
All right, at least we have some common ground there. See?
I'd rather have chicken parm than something from McDonald's too. But if we're eating, I'm not ordering. Someone asked me that too. Like, when is it okay to have chicken if you've already had pasta? The next course. You wouldn't eat them together. You would eat chicken, like they said, in your secondo, your second course. You wouldn't eat it together. It's no good, Jake. It's just, trust me on this one.
What did you think of Snowball's interviewing skills there with the Italian guy? I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. You can do your translations if you ever want to interview an Italian.
We have an Italian correspondent now. I mean, the show just continues to grow.
There you go. It was international now.
We are.
Well, it's always been international. Well, it's been international for a while, but now we can do it in polylingual. I guess we could do it in several languages.
Yeah.
Because we can do it in Spanish, obviously. We got some Spanish translators. Mm-hmm. And obviously, we can do it in Italian now, too.
Bibbida-boppida-boopy.
Is that your Italian?
Yeah. That's pretty good, huh?
It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Mm-hmm. Any Jet thoughts this morning, Gary? We firing Joe Douglas? What are your thoughts?
I mean, that should have been done 2 days before he was hired. I don't think I actually said that, but that sounds like something I would say, so we can keep it.
All
right, Jake.
Well, Gary, you have a good day. You get some good work done, all right?
I will. And
Thanks
stay away from that chicken and pasta.
I will not.
Seafood, pork, beef.
I like veal parm. Veal parm is excellent. So
chicken parm.
Wait a second. So you're fine with veal parm, but chicken parmesan, you draw the line?
Well, yeah, because veal is beef. It's cow.
It's still a meat, though.
Meat.
And some people, honestly, I noticed the difference, but I have people in my life that say I don't taste any difference between chicken parm and veal parm. It tastes the same to me. Chicken's cheaper. I'll go with that one. Like I have people in my life that don't even notice the difference in the taste
between veal and chicken.
I mean, you're so anti-chicken parm, but you're on board with veal parm.
You can again, veal parm would not be the first thing I ordered, but yeah, veal parm is fine. That's good. That's a go.
Oh my God!
You
All right.
taste the difference between veal and chicken? I don't even know how to respond to that.
I can, but it's still meat.
Yeah, you can put meat and like meat spaghetti and meatballs. That's fine, right? You can put pork with spaghetti. That's delicious. But chicken, it's the texture of chicken. It's dry, which is why you have to try to disguise the taste of it if you're going to put it with pasta, because it's a weird texture thing. Non si fa. We don't do that.
Gary, enjoy your day.
You too, Jake.
Chicken with pasta is worse than peanut butter with sandwich.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, some super chats. Thank you, Stephen T. A $10 spot. Let's go. For those of us that don't pay much attention in the offseason, do you have a recap episode of where the Jets are at or something to catch up? Thanks. Go Jets. Well, my recap episode, you get some Jets, but it's also a lot of Asmaniac madness. I don't have one specific episode. I mean, we're going to do a big training camp preview show, I can tell you, on Monday. I have Bob Vashusin, the play-by-play voice of the Jets, joining me then. If you're on Discord, you got that announcement earlier this morning before anyone. But I don't have a specific, here's what happened when you weren't paying attention. Like, if you're a real Jet fan, you've been following the team. Maybe you're not as hardcore as someone who's watching now, but we'll get you set up. Don't worry. Stephen T follows up with a super chat. I meant to say a recap episode or something to recommend where we could catch up on the offseason. Yeah, I don't have one specific episode for you. I would say check out recent episodes with a guest coming on. Like Leger Duzable was a great one because we kind of recapped all the offseason moves with him because it was the first time he had been back on the show in a while. That was last week, so check that one out, Stephen. But if you watch back the past week of shows, you'll get a pretty good idea where everything is. It's not like much has truly changed. We're waiting on Reddick, and we're ready to roll. Watch the Joe Tippmann interview, Stephen. That will get you set. Ladies and gentlemen, Carly writes in, less than 24 hours till the merch store. That is correct if you're on Patreon. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Nate writes in, Jake having live international correspondence is something I thought I'd never see. We have the best listeners in sports, man. And by the way, once again, I said it at the top for those tuning in late. Thank you again to everyone who tuned in for the Joe Tippmann interview. A lot of great feedback from that one, which is great. Hit the like button, says Orb. Correct. Also, so 53 members away from a new emoji, which will be the Asmaniac emoji, which is great in honor of the merch store. But if we get 25 in this stream, we'll open up the merch store for 25 minutes. Honestly, I'll open up for longer. We opened it up yesterday for about an hour, and it was crazy, the immediate response. So merch store will open early for everybody during this stream. If we get 25 members, if we get 53, we have enough to add a new emoji. So we're slowly but surely getting there. Hit the like button. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. A lot of people want in on the conversation, but we go to an OG for this next one. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Bobby time.
Well, you know, I've grown to love my buddy Alan, but South-Ass has to go. I threw him off my show. Bobby!
Jake, I had 12 hours sleep last night. I went to bed at
Bobby.
I went to bed at 7:30. You know why?
Because you wanted to be well rested?
No, I started a show. Guess who came on to tell me, please don't go on because I'm going on at 6:30. You just had him on before me.
Gary.
So after that, I just lost it. I said, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And I feel great today.
So Gary did you a favor?
No, he didn't. He was a pain in my butt.
Why?
Okay.
Because he asked you not to go live on your show?
Yeah. Everybody was in my show. Then only 8 people showed up to his show. No call-ins though. So yeah.
Well, let's explore this more, Bobby. I don't know if you should have ended your show necessarily. Now maybe
Addison told me to.
Now maybe what you should have done is say, hey, I'm still going to do my show, but I'm not going to go for 14 hours. I'll go for an hour or two, like what I normally do, an hour and a half, and then you still get 11 hours of sleep, and you'd be well rested.
But they didn't want me to step on them. That's the problem. Like, I usually don't step on you, everybody else.
So did Gary, bend the knee? Did he get on a knee and beg for you to end your show?
Yes, kind of. When he came into my chat and told me Addison was right there too. So
really? So are you unhappy with Gary? Is there controversy?
Well, he pissed me off yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so let's get back.
No. We're not done here. There's more to untangle.
Why, Gary's back there?
No, Gary's not back there. But
good.
I think you're going to run into a situation, Bobby, where you're just going to have to do your show if other people are doing shows. There's a lot of shows out there. Like once the Jet season starts, you have a lot of content creators that are going to be back and starting to do their show at night.
Nick says you got to pick a spot, be regular at that spot.
Or you just got to just do your show and people could come in and out because your show never ends. But I think for the season, you should cap your show at 2 hours max at a time. It's you
that's what Nick was. Oh yeah, Nick said that too. Nick is in the hospital. We have to tell you.
He's in the hospital.
He's very sick. I think he's in the hospital right now. He was on his Discord yesterday, so I called him up this morning. He was like sleepy, so. He's in JFK Hospital in where does he live? What part of New Jersey?
Well, send him my best wishes to Nick. I'll shoot him a message.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I feel bad for him. He said he was throwing up blood yesterday and all that stuff at work.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully he gets better soon. We love Nick.
Yeah, I know. That's what I worry about him. I cry when I see that. And then what's his name? Clancy's father's in the hospital.
You're just breaking terrible news to us, Bobby.
Well, I just found out this yesterday, and Johnny Boy's sister's in the hospital too.
Everyone's in the hospital. I hope everyone feels better that is part of this community.
Yeah, well, we care. We're family.
We are.
We're family. We are family. I'll sing that song once. I love that song.
Sing it. Go ahead.
I can't sing it right now. I don't have the background music. I get the background music.
Just give us a quick sample then.
I can't remember all the words. That's why I just like that song. If I get can I set up my music then sing it?
Are you going to do this now for us?
Yeah, I could do that. Okay, does everybody want it? We got to ask if everybody wants it.
Well, this might drive up the price for membership. Snowball heard you're going to sing it. He just threw a 5 spot at the chat.
Oh yeah, Snowball's a cool guy, isn't he?
Let's go. Free stuff for all.
Free stuff.
He's cool.
Jesus Jerry, That's No Ghost, Ron P, Joey Bad, John B, all officially channel members. We get 20 more. Merch store is opening up for 25 minutes, but who are we kidding? I'll probably open it up longer than that.
Okay, I'm asking you to mute your mic because last time I was saying New York, you were laughing in the background.
You need me to mute my mic?
Yes, mute your mic so I can sing.
All right, well, you let me know when you're ready, and I'll do that.
Yeah, I like what Gator did. I love what Gator did to me. You?
Mm-hmm.
He put me in, what's her name? Oh, God, what's her name? What's her name?
You tell me.
Oh, God, Liza Minnelli. Liza Minnelli?
There you go.
Did I just say Bob Newhart died in 94?
I saw.
I cry. I like him.
I thought you cry a lot, Bob.
Well, I'm an emotional guy. What can I tell you? I don't like people dying. I don't like people getting sick. Okay, mute your mic.
All right.
This is not it. Hold on a minute. I got the wrong one. I'm sorry, guys. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. That ain't the right one. I'm sorry, guys. I have to put it up here. I found one. I hit the wrong one. Here we go. I got this one. Sits the slit. Here we go. I got plenty of rest, guys. I'm happy as a bird. Woohoo! I like the beat. It's still going. Sorry, guys. It's the music. Come on, let's go. Let's go with the lyrics. Let's go. My arms are willing. Our family. I got all my sisters and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Our family. I got all my sisters and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. And one can see we're together as welcome by. And we fly like a feather and won't tell no lie. The people around us say, can they be that close? And they're record. We're giving love and the family close. Our family. Hey, I got all my sisters and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing to me, our family. I got all my sisters and me. Woo-hoo. We are family.
Yo, what up?
Get up, everybody, and sing. Ooh, almost done, Nick.
So, Jake, I got over COVID recently, and immediately as I got over COVID,
Chiefs fan, you interrupted the performance.
My bad, sorry.
Come on.
My bad, Bobby.
Bobby, excellent job.
I was having fun. I was having fun.
My bad, Bobby.
I was having fun. I didn't finish the song. I wasn't having fun.
I'm sorry, Bobby.
Well, you asked me to do something and you cut me in. You did that to me on New York. I heard you and Carly. All right. I was in a good mood until I heard you guys talking. Everybody.
Wait a second. Wait a second. We gave you 3 minutes of performance there. How long is the song?
No. Well, I was waiting for the beat to go on. So
we also can't hear the song. We just hear you singing it.
Yeah.
So it was horrible.
Oh, we just couldn't hear the song. We just hear you. I mean, how long am I supposed to give you, Bob?
Then you're gonna get penalized for that.
I'm getting penalized.
Well,
no, if I didn't, that's why I had my headphones. I sing to myself, thinking you'll get demonetized or something, or whatever.
Oh, what I'm saying is, we can't do a 4-minute rendition of everything. I thought we got a good solid 2.5 minutes there.
So what did everybody say in the chat? Was they happy?
Oh yeah, the feedback's been great.
All right, we're just trying to help you out. You wanted what you call it? Didn't you want what you call it? Oh, look what Purple Belt Chiefs fan is just disrespecting mommy. Ooh, Chiefs fan, you might Bobby is.
Tom wrote in, Jake, did you forget you are on Bobby's show? I forgot, Tom. My bad.
No, you asked me to sing it, so I did it for you. I sit in the orange chair. I sang for you, so you get more subs. So,
and what have I done for you, Bob?
You got me in my hat yesterday.
I got you some hats.
3
We're getting you on the field for the Texans game. I
And
pay it
your
forward
fa-
to you.
Well,
Your
he's gonna be
father,
on the field on the Texans game. That's nice.
your
Yeah.
father gave me a gutbuster umbrella. That is huge, man.
Oh, you got to
That-
be protected when it rains.
So,
I
Jay,
know. I used to get those whippy ones. Okay, should I leave so you could talk to Chiefs fan?
no. I was about to say. I remember the umbrella
No,
I
I
bought.
don't want to be rude. Should I
It's
go?
fine. It's fine. You're fine. You can say. I remember the umbrella I bought. There was a
It's
charity
okay.
for a Jewish hospital outside my Walmart, and I bought one of the overpriced umbrellas. So
You got to get a Gustbuster, Cheats.
I know, but I'm like, it was for a Jewish hospital for kids that was nonprofit.
Jay Quest wrote in, Bobby. First time I was happy to see Cheats fan, so he enjoyed the Cheats fan cameo.
Oh, thanks. You didn't like my signature question? Okay, go.
But yeah, I get over COVID only to be hit with the shittiest of allergies. I'm so congested right now that I could sound like Squidward if I don't blow my nose.
Give me a little. I'm Squidward. I'm Squidward.
I'm Squidward.
No,
I'm
I'm not
Squidward. I'm
doing
Squidward. I'm Squidward.
Don't step over him, Bobby. I need it clean. Go ahead, Chiefs fan.
I'm Squidward. I'm Squidward. I'm Squidward. I'm Squidward.
Well done. Thank you.
And the thing is, 48 days till kickoff, meaning
51.
No, for my team.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Who's your team, Chiefs fan?
Chiefs, of course.
Chiefs.
Oh, how could I forget?
48 days till kickoff, and whatever job I have, I am not going in the next morning because I am going, win or lose, I am going to drink and eat a bunch of wings.
Damn right.
Yeah. And I'm going to start stockpiling on the wings when they go on sale in August. Like when they drop from $28 for 4 pounds to $15, I'm going to stock my freezer full of wings.
What do you put on your wings, Cheats fan?
I fried them in grease and just do some lemon pepper and some garlic salt and a little rosemary salt.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Neither. I basically eat mine like just lemon pepper and rosemary salt and black pepper and regular salt.
I see.
Garlic salt, yeah. Now, if I'm eating wings of ranch, the only way I do it is if it's like way too spicy, like habanero or ghost pepper, then I get the ranch for the coolness.
Little ranch action, I see.
But like the spiciest wings I've had recently were habanero, and I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I just wish Wingstop would give you more wings because it's much more better than Buffalo Wild Wings. And the reason why I used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings during the NFL season, it would be right next to the Chinese food place. So when they were closed on the weekends, they were open and they were always making good money. Because the Chinese food place was owned by Chinese Christians and they were always closed on Sunday.
Genergy writes in, we need football already. How many days, Cheats fan?
48 days.
It's coming, Genergy.
She's got to be on tonight. 411 tonight.
Jake. Legacy Green writes in, is there going to be a Cheats fan couch in the merch store? Cheats fan, how much to buy that couch from you? One of one item.
All I gotta say is if you want the couch, we could find a charity, Jake, and I'll just go back to using my recliner.
Find a charity.
I mean, I'd rather the money go to a charity than.
I see what you're saying. Very nice of you. So
because
someone buys it off of you, we donate it to charity.
We're basically getting to the holiday season when families can barely afford food. So let's get ready for that Thanksgiving early, folks.
We're only in July. Don't risk summer.
Tom says the couch is priceless, but the odor is free.
Oh, that's horrible.
I spray this thing down with Febreze all the time.
Tom, I think you should come on camera. You write so many stupid stuff. Get your face on camera once in a while.
Tom's coming to our event on August 17th, Bobby. So
we're gonna meet Tom in person August 17th.
That's what I've been told.
But all I know is
Wow.
it's this, Jake. If you guys somehow win the Super Bowl, instead of going to London for a weekend, I might go to New York. I'm trying to get coaxed into going to London for the next top tier Yu-Gi-Oh event over there because people want me to play in a team event, and I haven't touched Yu-Gi-Oh cards in about 6 months.
Do you believe in the heart of the cards?
Yeah, all the time. But like, I'd rather play Magic the Gathering over Yu-Gi-Oh right now because Yu-Gi-Oh just put out a deck that one card costs $450 for 3 of them.
Talking about? What is he talking about?
He's talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, Bobby.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
Card game.
It's a
card game. Japanese anime card game.
I used to have Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was growing up.
Never heard of them.
Give me a little Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh, they got support recently too, Jake.
Hey, Rick Ken, I'm excited to share your coffee mugs have just been shipped. Just got the email alert. There you go, Rick Ken.
But as soon as you guys get that cowboy hat in, if you get it in next month, I can't do it because I got my brother's birthday and 2 nieces' birthday. But in September, I could definitely buy that cowboy hat.
I love it.
Because August and February are the months I spend most of my money. Because I got my birthday in mid-February, early February. Because technically, I consider nearly dying a second birthday as a kid. But this is what happens when this is what happens when your uncle throws you into a pool and tries to teach you how to swim. Like, what the fuck was he doing?
Oh, language.
My bad.
Cheats fan.
My
Cheats
bad.
fan. Cheats fan. So your team's the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Another great call there with Cheats fan. I did want to bring up this comment though, Bobby. All right, quick comment. Then we have a super chat from Proud NYJ, our guy Dick Shine. Curly says, "You hate the type, Bobby. Some people hate the video chat." That's true. You can't bully people to come on camera if people aren't as comfortable
All right,
as you
Curly.
are on camera.
Okay, Curly. I apologize. Okay, what's Nick say now?
Nick Shine has super chatted us. I played Bob's song on the speaker and the entire hospital floor got sick. End of days scenery. Tell my children I love them. Pray for me. Signing off.
Oh, thanks a lot, Nick. Yeah, so Genergy is going to be on the 411 tonight. Do you know that?
Shout out to Genergy. She'll be on the 411 with Tio and Johnny.
Yes.
When did he start going by Tio? To me, he's always VR.
I know. I don't know. Maybe that's his middle name or like a nickname or something.
Also, shout out to Keith Best. He just sent me an email of his dinner from last night, and it looked phenomenal.
Oh, steak.
Oh, yeah. You want to see it, Bobby?
I'm not a big steak fan.
So you
I
have
want
no
to get
interest?
no.
You don't have any
I like
interest in seeing his
chicken.
dinner?
So I wanted to know why Gary thinks veal and
We'll take a look. Here it is.
we can see him. Not gonna.
Hey, look at that. Look at that meal from Keith.
What else did he have?
Are we ready for football or what?
What else does he have on the side? What's that?
Looks like it's. Can't tell. It just looks like it's all meat here. We're gonna need Gary. Break this down for us as our
lobster?
food connoisseur.
Is that lobster?
It looks like it could be lobster.
And then what's the one in the corner?
I don't know.
So yeah, what was it gonna say?
Let's see.
So how does Gary know that veal and seafood go with pasta? How does he know?
He's Gary. I don't know. Big fella says, Jake, did Bobby say Johnny was in the hospital?
No, Johnny's sister's in the hospital.
All right, Johnny's sister, feel better?
Yeah, because she had an episode of epilepsy, so he went to the hospital last night.
Tom Ace wrote in, I'll be signing autographs and taking pics too, Bobby.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, I want your autograph. I can't wait.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 members in the merch store will open, but this show is going to wrap in just a bit, so we got to go quick if it is going to open. All right, Bobby. Great job out of you.
Okay.
That's No Ghost does want to know, will you sing the King of Queens song in the future?
Yeah, in the future I will, yeah. Who is that?
That's a ghost.
I don't know that guy. I really don't know.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to have you stay on for this call, Bobby, because I just saw Joining us right now live from the hospital where apparently your singing made him sicker than a dog and maybe made the entire hospital sick as well, is Nick. Hello, proud
What's up,
MYJ
guys?
fan.
Well,
Hey,
thank you, Nick. That
I'm
was
immune to it. I'm immune to it. I have the vaccine, so I'm good.
well. Thanks a lot for saying that. That hurt my
Well,
feelings.
Jake, I got to tell you how I woke up today. You know, when you're in a hospital, you don't get to sleep very well at night. They're waking you up. They're checking things. Doctors come in 6 o'clock in the morning. I fall back asleep like after the morning rush. I'm in a deep sleep. All of a sudden, the hospital phone is ringing. Not my cell phone. That's on mute. The desk phone next to the bed. I'm like, oh, it's probably the cafeteria calling to see what I want for lunch. I answer it.
No, it was me.
Hey, it was Bobby. Bobby found the hospital that I was in and
Well,
called
I
the
just
room
was
to
caring
check on
about
me.
you, like I care about you.
I love you,
And then
Bobby.
you put me down.
You're
You say
fantastic.
everybody got sick.
He's
with me
kidding,
saying-
Bobby.
I'm
He's
teasing.
messing with you.
All
I'm
right.
teasing.
Everyone loves you, Bobby. No one's actually ever
Yeah.
Okay,
serious.
so what did the doctor say you have now? Did it come
The
up?
doctor said I have heartache
AIDS?
because you didn't do a show one day this week.
No, just
The
tell me
doctor
what
said
he
that I
said.
had Bobby midnight withdrawals.
No, just
And
tell me what he said.
they don't know. They got to do a GI test. They got to do a
Is it
scope.
about pancreas?
Bob, remind me to never give you my social security number because you repeat everything on Jake's show.
I'm not gonna give it that. I just wanted to tell everybody have you. We are family.
We are, but I appreciate your concern, buddy.
What
Okay,
what was
so-
it like hearing his voice on the other end of the call?
I said to him, I go, am I fucking dreaming?
Pancreas.
Sorry for the F-bomb. Sorry for the F-bomb. I thought it was called there.
When it's done like that, I think it's
It
great.
was a direct quote, Jake. It was a direct
Is
quote. I
it
didn't want to change the
pancreas
quote.
you have? Problem?
I was like, Bobby, I was like, is this really happening right now?
Is
He's like,
it?
yeah.
Do you think it's about the pancreas? Sarah thinks about the pancreas.
I don't know. I'll wait for the doctors. I
What
don't
does
want
the pancreas do anyway? I don't know what that's for.
to.
I don't know.
I don't know. But Bob
make
calls.
sure you keep us in the loop so we know what's
Bob, do you have a
happening.
mute button?
No.
I can do it.
Tell everybody. Bob, do me a favor. I want to sing. Mute your mic.
There you go. Go ahead, Nick. He's muted.
So I answer the phone. He's like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, what? I'm like, who is this? He's like, it's me, Bobby. And I go, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm like, am I awake? Am I dreaming this? He goes, no, I wanted to see if you were okay. I called your phone. You didn't answer. I go, Bob, I'm sleeping, man. I'm like, let me call you back in a little bit. I put the phone down. I sat up in the hospital bed. I'm like, I'm pinching myself. I'm like, am I awake? Am I dreaming about Bobby calling me?
Incredible. Bobby, you have a heart of
It
gold,
was
my
great.
man. You really
It was
do.
great. I love that you care, Bobby. I really
Well,
do.
at least I care to call you.
I appreciate you so much.
Does anybody else?
I did not hit the call bell.
Maybe has anybody else called you?
On the hospital phone? No.
Oh, your phone.
Yes. There's been a lot of people.
Well, I
reaching out,
told
but
VR about you, so you got to talk to them about your show Sunday.
I saw that a couple people messaged, and now I'm awake, and I can get into replying.
Yeah, I volunteered to be the co-host for your
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd be
You're the
good.
man.
I'd
You're
be
the
good.
man, Bob.
Nick, feel better, man. Keep us posted, all right?
Thanks,
Oh,
Jake.
Jake West
Be good.
wants to come in after that. Let Jake West
And
come in.
real quick, hey, let's get that store open. I got some shopping to do from the hospital bed. I can't gift memberships from my phone here, but you guys can. Let's get 20 more so we can do some purchasing today.
Boom. Let's go.
Hospital stores in effect, baby.
I'll tell you what. We need 20 more. I'll give 5 myself, so we only need 15.
There you go.
Okay.
Boom.
There you go.
Nick, you're the man.
All right, take care, guys.
You're
Be
the
good.
man. Bye, Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jake
Nick
West
Shine.
would like to come on. He
All right,
said-
Bobby, let me do my job. I see the same messages you see.
Okay.
All right?
I'm sorry. Don't yell.
I'm not yelling. I've been doing this a long time, man.
Okay. I know you. 5 years.
And before that, before you even knew I was a YouTuber, I've had
know.
a radio career for a decade. Jay Quest is up
Oh,
next. Hello,
wow.
Jay Quest.
What's up,
Hi,
guys? How are you?
Hi, what do you want to say to me, Jake?
Bobby,
West?
listen, first of all, prayers to Nick in the hospital. Just praying.
Yeah.
But Bobby, listen, it's one verse, one chorus, bro. That's all we need. We love you. You just-
Okay, I'm going. I'm leaving. No, I don't want to hear
No,
it.
don't leave. Don't leave.
No, listen, I like your singing. It's great. I just feel like it's like when you have like a long 5-minute song, it just gets like everyone tunes out. You know, just a verse, a chorus, maybe another verse. Perfect.
Well, what about if I sleep on my camera? That would be good on my show. I slept for an hour and a half.
I wasn't there for that, but
It was hilarious.
Well, that's why the songs that Gator made of Bobby singing to Sarah, I think, work so well because it's 30 seconds, right? It's a quick verse.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, but I like singing songs. Okay.
Jake, I got a real quick football question. Then I'm gonna hop off. Do you see Cohen making the team as a
Is this a football show? No, go ahead.
Do you see Cohen making the team?
Do I see him making the team?
Yeah.
I say it's. I if I was betting now, I would say no. But I mean, let's see how healthy he
think
is
he will.
this summer.
I say yes.
We keep 4 or 3.
I think they keep 4 running backs. And Izzy is like on the bubble but makes the team.
Gotcha.
Well, practice squad, right?
I'm going.
Maybe if they cut him, he could. Be
Well,
signed back.
Connor Long thinks he's going to be on the practice squad.
I'm going to the 30th to camp, so I hope to see some of you guys out there.
Let's go.
So
Jake
you're
West-
back. You're back from Aruba.
Yes, yeah. Jake was asking me a question. Go ahead.
That was actually going to be my question. How was your vacation?
It was good. It was relaxing. My son almost got killed on a rope swing hitting the boat. It was great. I have video of it. But besides that, it was cool.
Did you see Lane Train called in while you were away?
I see. I've been watching yesterday. I saw that. Yeah.
He called in last week when I had Fialco on. I brought him on before I even brought Fialco on, and he said that Knoebel's alive. So that was breaking news.
No, I actually, when was that? Thursday? I was still here. I think I left on Saturday.
Okay, so maybe you saw it then, yeah.
Titman, that great interview was awesome yesterday with Titman. That was great, dude.
Thank you, Jake. Well, that's when we were still a football show at that time. Appreciate that.
Baby. Bobby,
So you-
one verse,
what?
one chorus. Peace.
So you go back to work today? I wanted to ask him if he go back to work today.
Yeah, maybe he does. Well, Bobby,
No, I
we
don't
covered a
think
lot of
so.
ground today. Thank you.
I know. I was almost done my song too. Okay.
Here's what I'm going to do instead of playing you out with a, a Bobby jingle.
Yeah.
How about we play a little Bobby Midnight, King of Zoom meetings?
I get weary. My back is untight. I'm sitting here in the traffic on the Queensboro Bridge tonight. I don't care because all I wanted to do catch my drive and drive on home to you.
There you go. Well, King of Dreams. I was thinking of King of Dreams. King of Queens rendition. All right, folks. We got memberships flying off the shelves. I appreciate that. We'll get to the D's Nuts explosion. This super chat made me laugh from Zach, and the madness ensued, so I couldn't get to it. Jake, do you ever worry that someone new joins the show at moments like this, and that is disappointed to find out that it's just a Jet show? Yeah, I do. I do, Zach. I really do. Great super chat. That's no ghost. There you go. Bobby has sung the King of Queens theme before. Yeti with a super chat. He cuts the line. My birthday is 11/10. No lie. Barbecuing on the 9th and driving up Tucson to Phoenix. All are welcome. WCA. Yeti, I'll tell you what. You better deliver us a win when the Jets are in Phoenix. That was going to likely be one of our meetup trips this year. Unfortunately, I have a bachelor party in Montreal that weekend, so I can't be at that game. So you better bring us a win. And not just you, all the Jet fans headed out there, and all the Jet fans who live out there anyway. Like our guy J-Mags. All right? And Mia, his wife. They got to be there bringing us a win. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts has come through for the people who are watching the show live right now. It is what we like to call on the show a D's Nuts explosion.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership. Hey.
Here we go. 5 names right here. Zach Tindler, Will Cedar, Robert D., Jesse P., Philip Hannon. You guys are all channel members. That's 11 channel members. Why is it 11? Well, after Mike D's Nuts gifted a membership, That's No Ghost is dropping a 1 spot for the Asmaniacs.
Oh, nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of that membership is Bobbleneck. 11 memberships. Boom. I'm going to gift 5 right now, and then we'll be close enough to almost open up the store. We will open up the store. We'll open it up for an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, Dre is dropping a 5 spot, even on a day where his entire office is out of whack with like the tech outage across the country. Dre's like, I got you, fam. But we do something special on this show when Dre drops memberships for the people. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Dre.
Is Brock Purdy gonna run for his life on the opener? Fuck yeah! He's gonna die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets! Let's go!
Yeah, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dre being Dre. All right. 5 memberships are being purchased by yours truly right now. Boom. 5 channel memberships from Jake Asman to the Asmaniacs. What should I play for my drop for this membership drop? It's a great question. What do I want? What am I in the mood for right now? What will fire me up? I know what will fire me up. Ladies and gentlemen, I take you back to one of the great moments of my life. At the Knicks game with Garrett Wilson and Jordan Whitehead. Ladies and gentlemen, the following 5 listeners are now officially as Maniacs. Tim Johnson, Darren McCollum, Braden NZL, Slim, Ray Danger. You all received memberships from me. The memberships from Dre, Levan, William Sprague, Kyle Smith, Dr. V-Man, and Carly screwed this up a month ago, reading this guy's full name on the show. We're a family show. The P-word assassin is once again a channel member. There we go. Folks, we're at 21 members. So I think we said, 25. So we need 4, and then the store opens. 4, and we open up. Also, this was asked by Carly for me to ask the audience. If this was on merch, would people buy it? I'm guessing this would be on like a lot of kids' merch. This logo for the Jake Asman Show. So take all feedback on that. Nick Shine says, thanks for the love chat. You guys are awesome. JQuest says, Carly says, what is JQuest going to get from the merch store? It's a great question. Great question. Open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation. Snowball wants to know, who will push us over the limit? Who will step up? John OG wrote Little Jake. I don't know what we call this thing. Is there a name for this, Carly? JQuest says, I'm a sweatshirt kind of guy. The big fella says, Jake, check your Venmo. Oh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella has done it. So, big fella, I will get those memberships that you just sent. But we don't even need it this second. Want to know why? Because Carly opened up the merch store. Remove the password. 1 hour, 12:03. So let's round up. All right. 1:05 Eastern. Merch store will stay open early for all. Here we go. It's jakeasman.com/shop. That's it. 10 channel memberships. Rob Basil getting us there. Putting us over the top. You hear that sound? You hear that? It's raining channel memberships courtesy of Rob Basil. The following 10 people are now Asmaniacs. Jason Razor Motion, Francesco Porcario, Mike Rotunda, Boring Sober Guy, George Curtis, Zalix, Spin the Ben, Brandon L, TriStar Jet, Drew Balcom, all officially as Maniacs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boom! Merch store is opening up any second. We'll have it up for an hour. Damn, the Jet fan man says, your gift store charges more for things than the NFL does, you effing ripoff choke. You're actually wrong. Go look at the prices on our merch, and it's way lower than everything. Our hats are under $30. You won't find that on the Jet shop. Our polos are cheaper than anything you're going to find. And also, I'm not going to name any names, but I did a lot of homework into what other content creators charge in their stores. And our stuff is way cheaper. But this guy just sounds like he's got something up his rear end. Now he's just writing things that are actually offensive and will not be allowed on this show. We're not even going to give you any more time. We will see you later. You are. What I really enjoy is when you get to ban people for life like that guy for the homophobic comments he was making. We will see you never. Forget 24 hours. This ban is for life.
Has zero respect for this organization and this head coach. Forget what's going on with vaccines and just be a quarterback for one damn year. Instead of that, he's not here for no reason. The team isn't the problem. He's the problem.
See you later. Whatever that guy. I already forgot the guy's name. Also, here's the thing. You don't have to buy the merch if you don't want it. It's just for people who want stuff. I've been asked for 3 years about a merch store. We finally have it. Anyway, we'll see you later. Not even going to, hopefully most people didn't even see what he wrote because it was not cool. Ladies and gentlemen, more calls right now. Then I'm going to gift another crop of memberships thanks to the big fella. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Bounce joins us. Hello, Zach.
Jake, I'm out in the city. I have no idea what my audio sounds like right now.
It sounds good so far.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it. But I'm walking around just laughing my butt off at imagine somebody just walks in, doesn't know anything about the New York Jets, and just sees Bobby singing and then the Chiefs fan just coming right. And then they're going to be disappointed when they find out just the Jets podcast, just the normal, what a great community. I've been having a rough couple months. And you guys have been really just cheering me up. I just can't speak enough what this community has done for me. I love it. Thank you so much.
Zach, you're the man, dude. You are the man. Appreciate
Have a good one.
Love that. Zach Bounce. He's become quite the regular. Love that. Awesome, dude. Genergy says, play Leany in the hole. That's actually a great one. Great idea, Genergy. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, you want in the hole? Oh, it'd help if I actually knew where I put it. Here we go.
Get in the hole!
Shout out to Leany and NC. Carly writes in, who basically built the store because her business has a merch store. I promise you all, we priced everything as low as possible, did lots of research, and we're definitely much lower than every other content creator. It's true. It is true. And also, it's even lower if you're on Patreon. You get 15% off on everything. You get a promo code. All right. We should be open, right? I'm going to check right now. jakeasman.com/shop. 1 full hour. Store is open. Breaking news. It launches to the public on the 23rd. It is up right now, though. I'll put it up on the screen. There we go. Hit the like button. Genergy, it is not password protected for the time being. Just go, go, go. D-Rock writes in, did you watch Receiver on Netflix? I haven't watched it yet, no. I've seen some of the clips from it, but I haven't actually watched the show yet. I'm caught up on Hard Knocks, though, so I at least have one NFL show I'm up to date on. For the Hard Knocks one, it's also like, it's work for me on ESPN New York. You got to follow it. By the way, 1 week from today, I'm back on ESPN New York, 6:30 to 10 p.m. I'm on after the K show that night, 98.7, or the ESPN New York app. And then I'll have a lot more shows to announce once we get closer to football season. Purple Belt Mike. Devontae's a Jet, baby. I need this. He's not a Jet. He might be a Jet, but he's not a Jet yet, I should say. That's no go, says Charles wants to know the password. Well, Charles is in luck. He does not need a password to get on the store right now. Get on in. That's no go, says Jake, did you watch the Boys finale? No, I got home last night too late, and then I started trying editing some of the Joe Tipman cuts that you'll see on my socials. So I did not have time. I'm excited to watch. I'll probably watch it today at some point or this weekend. Was it good? No spoilers. You spoil it, you're banned. Well, was it good? That's no ghost. Give me a yay or an A. Brazil Jets. I just saw this super chat. Wonderful. Let me gift some memberships here, courtesy of the big fella here. Membership gifting. Let's see. So we needed 4 when you gifted it, big fella. So I'm just gonna round up and gift an extra one. All right? Why not? I'm not just gonna do 1, 1, 1 4 times. That's a pain in the ass. Let's just drop a 5 spot for the people right now. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. 5 channel memberships have just been gifted, baby. And here is what I'm playing for my drop.
I can't believe they have to sing the ABCs.
Yeah, there's only
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, oh, voice crack, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Shout out to King Lowski, who always enjoys that. All right, here we go. 5 members. Eric Kelly, Dana Russell, Black Jesus, Stu Louie, Victory Monday. Those are from the big fella who sent me a Venmo to use towards memberships. That's what we've done. Interesting question here from Legacy Green. Can we call them baseball caps instead of dad hat? We could. So right now our hat options are the Jake Asman Show dad hat, Jake Asman Show snapback, Jake Asman Show trucker hat, and they're all available in Asmaniac versions. We could call it baseball cap, I guess. Dave writes in, Charles looking for new beaters. Well, if you go to the store right now, which is live for an hour, and we opened it up at 12:05 Eastern, so till 1:05. If you go to the store, you'll see that under the tank top category, we named them after Gorman. The Charles Gorman Asmaniac men's premium tank top, the Jake Asman Show men's premium tank top inspired by Charles Eugene M. Gorman. Don't forget, it was previously changed to Gormani. It was Gormati. It was changed at Ellis Island to Gorman, as we learned. Charles is Italian. Just like this guy who's called back in for some reason. Hello, Gary.
Hey, Jake. Quick question. I'm on the shop. I'm the Jake Asman Show unisex classic tee white logo.
Yeah.
It says gray or green. What do you like better? You've seen the merch. Which one do you like better?
You talking about the unisex T-shirt, right? Just the standard logo shirt.
Standard, yeah.
Honestly, I like both. I mean, what's more of your favorite color? You like? I'm wearing a white shirt right now. I mean, I like white shirts. I like gray shirts. I have plenty of gray too. Depends what you want.
I'll go with the green. I don't have. So
you said gray. Weren't you saying gray?
I said gray or green.
Oh, yeah. The greens are nice, man. I will say the green T-shirt is very nice.
So I got a question. I'm going to go with the green. It says military green and Irish green, but it doesn't say on the little swatch thing. It doesn't say which one's which. Which one? If I want like the green.
So excellent question because I played around with this myself. Irish green is basically the Kelly green that the Jets now have. It's basically that color green.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Jake.
Yep. No, good question, Gary. Appreciate that because that's actually helpful for a lot of people. The Irish green in the store is the bright green that the Jets now have, like that, their new color.
All right. I'm ordering that in a large because that's the size shirt that I wear.
Good.
I'll see you later, Jake.
I can't wait for you to wear it on the show, Gary.
I will.
Let's go, baby.
All
Yeah.
right. Knockouts don't matter if you land enough jabs.
All right. Carly, can we change it in the store to Kelly green? Or is that not allowed because the company we use that provides the merch, that's their official coloring? Big fella with a super chat. No one would be sick. A fitted green hat with an Asmaniac logo on the front with a favorite emoji on the back. That would be fire. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Dave says call it Jet Green. Yeah, Jet Green would be good. Carly says, Gary, I don't think I could change the name of their colors, but I'll try. All right. Well, all merch questions defer to Carly because, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. It took me forever just to get this and some mock-ups done. Trevor from Canada goes, did I miss Vincent? V-Man is not called. You have not missed V-Man. Jimbo says the boys' finale was solid. All right. That's No Go says it was wild. Good enough. I'll take that. Purple Belt Mike writes in, Jake, how's this? If Devontae becomes a Jet, I'll get my wife pregnant and name him Devontae.
Calm your freaky down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I'm holding you to that deal. Because I think he's going to be a Jet. I just don't think it's going to be until closer to the trade deadline. I'll say there's a 45% chance of Devontae Adams being a Jet, which means there's a 45% chance that you're going to have a child named Devontae. Now, that's wild. Think about that. Ladies and gentlemen, congrats on the future intercourse to Purple Belt Mike and his wife.
I like good-looking chicks in that family. Wow.
Bobby.
Oh, yeah, baby. Things are about to get crazy here on the Jake Asman Show.
Calm your freaky down.
Sometimes we try, but that freaky just take us over.
Give him some of your loving voice.
Oh, yeah, hide them kids.
Again, leave your damn freaky down.
Too sexy.
you gotta chill, man. You think Mike has told his wife about this? One, that they're having another kid, and two, it's named Devontae, whether it's a son or daughter. What do we think? I don't know. Open phone lines for anyone who wants it. I'm basically just keeping the show going a little longer than normal at this point because for those who missed it, we did another, hey, we'll open the merch store if we get enough members. And we did. And we did. So it's open till 1:05 Eastern if you're just tuning in. Let's see. What's everyone's favorite item in the store, by the way, so far? Purple Belt Mike writes in, I haven't let my wife know, but I'm sure we can figure it out. All right. That works. Matthew says Devonta if it's a girl. Mike, if that's what you prefer, I think we'll allow Devonta to work if it's a daughter. Dave writes in, Mike, plan on October, Devonta conception. Duncan writes in, Jake, we keep 3 tight ends in Bawden or 4 tight ends. I think a 3 in Bawden. I think they try and stash Kuntz on the practice squad. But that could change based on injuries and what happens this summer if Kuntz actually takes a huge step. Rich says, hit the like. Amen. Mike says you need a haircut. I got one the other day. I just, I got headset hair and, you can still see I got the skin tape, all that. It's just up here is a little hat hair, headset hair, all that. That's why you see a lot of radio hosts wearing hats because your hair gets all messed up from the headphones. Ladies and gentlemen, a tailgating icon is in the chat. Matt from L5, the architect behind the L5 tailgate, writes in, Jake, are you ready for some football? Obviously, after visiting day at Canaventus. I will not be at visiting day, Matthew, but I hope you have a wonderful time. I am ready for football. Who's not ready for football? Rob wrote in earlier. I just got here talking about food. Now I want to eat. Hello, Asmaniacs and Jet family. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, some breaking news. Order number 36 has just been placed by Gary 3D Boxing. What did Gary get, you might ask? Gary went with the Jake Asman Show unisex classic tee, white logo, Irish green, which is the jet green, once again. Janergy says, oh, shoot, I found the Kicks by Carly hat. So here's the story with that, Janergy. We needed that up in the store so we could send it to someone special. But now I said, don't take it down. Just leave it there. People might want it. And I think David Aaron was the listener who bought it yesterday. So that's in there too. So you can support Carly's business if you want a Kicks by Carly hat. Dave writes in, bucket hat and T-merch I will be going for. Let's go, Dave. Matt says L5 is going to be electric week 3. I don't think you realize how many people are going to be there, Matt. It's going to be insane. It's going to be nuts. All right. By the way, that tailgate is free. Bring your own booze. Come on by and have a blast with your fellow Jeff fans. Purple Belt Mike says the merch store is fire, honestly. Thanks, Mike. Looking forward to seeing what you get. Someone asked about the Gorman tank top. Who was that? Was that BetPage Chris? Where is that? Tom wrote in about it. The Gorman White Classic is perfect in every way. Does it get better than naming a tank top after Charles Gorman. Does it? Bethpage Chris wrote it. Seriously considering the Charles Gorman in white. I love that. The Charles Gorman. That's what it should be known as. Matt says, we don't charge for the tailgate, just tip the chef. Yeah, bring your own food and snacks and all that, but if you do want to take part in some of the beauty that is the L5 tailgate, tip our guy that's making it all happen, Matt Siegel. Just kidding. He's not actually the chef. But I'm sure he wouldn't tell you that. He'd gladly take your money. Iconical wear with a super chat. You guys hear that? I don't think it worked. There we go. I like that we have tight ends now and pass rushers, something we did not have before. Joe Douglas, by the way, Jake, Iconical care package is shipped. Love it, Iconical. Love it, Dirty. I got to get your info so I can send you some Jake Asman Show merch. Jake Quest says, the worst part of vacation is doing 12 loads of laundry coming back for 6 people. That sounds horrible. I did laundry yesterday. It sucks. Tom says, the Gorman tank will change your life. Dave says, is the merch store open to all or only Discord members? It's open right now for everybody because we hit 25 members. The members help me add more emojis on the YouTube show and also helps me buy more merch for our diehards. So shout out to all the Asmaniacs. It's open for 40 more minutes, Dave. We opened it at 12:05 Eastern. It'll be open until 1:05 Eastern. D-Rock says, Jake, who's your favorite Jet? One on offense, one on defense. All-timer or currently? I'll answer on the current team. My favorite Jet on offense is Garrett Wilson. Although Joe Tippmann after yesterday is probably number 2. He was so cool. Favorite Jet on the defense? That's a tough one. So many good players. So many good players. I feel like it's cliche if I say Sauce, right? Like that's most people's guy. I mean, I love CJ Mosley. I really do. Especially because he couldn't have been nicer on and off the air when we had him on in February at the Super Bowl. I'll go CJ. King Lowski writes in, Charles, I need your mama's chicken soup. That we do. That we do. We came close the other day. We got more info than we've ever had, Losk, but we need more. The job's not done yet. Job's not finished.
Hey, Charles, I need some more of that chicken soup.
We will continue until we get it. We will stop at nothing.
I need some of your mama's chicken soup.
JQuest says, join the Discord for the promo code worth the $5. Yeah, seriously, if you join the Patreon right now, you'll get a code where you can get 15% off in the merch store right now. Good point. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Matthew Wallace, who has just purchased an all-white snapback Asmaniac trucker cap. Actually, so it's not that. It's an all-white Asmaniac trucker cap. Fire selection. Let's see. Brazil Jet says, Carly has an email for questions. Email me, Brazil Jets, and I could forward it to her because we don't have that set up currently. AsmanJake@gmail. We'll do that for now. I don't think there's an email listed on there for questions. Prestige Shogun says, Jake, you still need my father's buffalo chicken pizza straight up from Jersey. I'd love to try it. Bring it to a Jet game, Prestige. Let's see. I don't need to do this show till 1:05 Eastern, but as long as we keep getting some comments for me to react to, we'll keep it going a little while longer. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella has just ordered some merch from the store. The big fella, and he's true to his word. He's going XL. He ordered the Gorman tank. And he ordered a hoodie as well. I love it. ADA3, can you drop a store link again? Yep, jakeasman.com/shop. If you ever forget where it is, you go to jakeasman.com and hit the shop button. Easy. John wants to know, is there an afternoon show today? Yes, probably around 4 or 5. TB, are you going to be at training camp? Yes. I actually got off the phone with my dad this morning. I'm like, you going to go to camp with me this summer? He's like, I'll go. I'm like, all right. Here are the days I'm definitely going to be at. I'm doing a collab with Richie from Jets Media August 7th and August 8th. So that's a Wednesday and a Thursday. We're doing a meetup. All right, I'll share the news now. I'm going to make a graphic, and I'm going to provide Discord users with all the info because spots are going to be limited. But August 7th, we're doing a meetup in East Hanover, New Jersey. It's a Wednesday night, 7 p.m. It is in between the Jets having an open practice for fans on August 7th and August 8th. The 8th is a joint practice against the Commies. But we're doing a meetup at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant in East Hanover, New Jersey. This family-owned restaurant has been around for forever. A bunch of Jet players are regulars there, including former Jet great Nick Mangold, Rex Ryan. How do I know this? Well, the owner of the restaurant is a diehard fan of this show. So he reached out. His name is Jose. Couldn't have been nicer. And we're going to do a meetup that night. Prestige. Who is the biggest rival you hate in all professional sports? It's still the Patriots. I hate them. More calls. Here we go. JT is up next. Hello, JT.
Yo, Jake, how we doing, man?
What's up, JT? How are you?
Good, good. Just trying to shield myself from these CrowdStrike issues. I'm dealing with it too. So I figured I'd call in for a little bit to get my mind off work. But this L5 tailgate for week 3 is going to be a freaking blast, man. Whose jersey you think we're burning?
Well, it's interesting, right? Because I was talking about this with Matt for about 5, who you see in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
But you still could burn a Brady jersey anytime you play the Patriots. You still can.
Oh, that's always the thing.
I suggested we get like a mock Bill Belichick hoodie and we burn that as well. And then
that would be fantastic.
To me, the question is, who's starting at quarterback for New England that night? Like, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be Drake May yet. Maybe it is, but it's probably Brissett. So if that's the case, could we get an old Gerard Mayo jersey and maybe burn that instead?
That's one thing I was thinking. A Mayo jersey would be nice. A nice welcome him to the Jets-Pats rivalry.
That's
with
true.
a burn of the Gerard Mayo jersey week 3. I love it. I think we're going to trounce the Patriots. We're winning by at least 27 points. At least.
Sign me up. Carly wants to know, what is JT getting from the merch store?
I will probably get a cup at some point, a draft glass, because I love collecting draft glasses.
Nice.
I probably will get a winter hat at some point too.
The winter hats are awesome. Like, I'm not wishing for cold weather, but I am excited to be able to wear those when it does get cold in New York.
You always got to be prepped, man. You always have a cold season here.
100%. 100%. JT, great call. Let's go Yankees tonight.
Hell yeah, let's go Yankees, man. Right back. Strong start to half number 2.
Absolutely. Got Cole on the mound tonight. How's the weather later? I was thinking about going to this later. Got to find someone to go with, though. It's supposed to be nice. It's not as hot as it's been. Like in the 90s, it'll be around 81 at first pitch later. It's not terrible. It's a nice summer night. Ladies and gentlemen, VR has just purchased a Charles Gorman tank top in black. Let's go, VR. Tune in to VR show this evening, the 411, with guest Genergy hopping on. Purple Belt Mike, what New York team do you hate the most? It's a great question. I don't know. It really depends on what's going on. It's definitely, in my lifetime, it definitely has been the Giants at various points. It has certainly been the Rangers as an Islander fan. Sorry, Rangers fans, but you guys get that. I don't really hate the Mets. I don't know. It really depends. I'll tell you what. I despise the Nets when they got Durant and Kyrie, and I couldn't have been happier to watch that blow up in their face. Oh, it was great. So I hated it, but I don't hate the Nets anymore. I mean, now they're just irrelevant. Let's see. Rich says, Calter just said we haven't beaten any top-tier QB for the last 2 years. Okay. Did you watch what happened against Josh Allen the last 2 seasons? I don't know. I watched the Jets beat an undefeated Eagles team last year. Had Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Did that not happen? Did they not destroy C.J. Stroud last year? Did they not beat Aaron Rodgers 2 years ago? Okay. I'll play along. Look, we got to cut Kyle on a break. You know, sometimes you just make mistakes like this one.
Paul Skeens, Pittsburgh Pirates, dominant guy, overpowering. You faced, obviously, you were in the Nolan Ryan era. But
No.
What,
I
not
never
even an
faced Nolan.
inning?
Slow down. Slow down. No, I was way after Nolan.
Okay,
Way
after Nolan. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Nolan Ryan retired in 1993. Derek Jeter made his Major League Baseball debut in 1995. Same era, though, obviously. Nolan Ryan was on the 69 Mets, Colin. But don't worry. That's nothing compared to this tape.
And Jet fans are clueless. I mean, they're dopes. They don't know anything. This is a really good hire. Gase is a great coach. Okay, Adam Gase is Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan. Gase is a great coach.
You have that, and then obviously Aaron Rodgers, who has 4 MVPs, a Super Bowl MVP, and the greatest touchdown to interception ratio in the history of the sport. He's pretty dumb.
Forget about his vaccine and political opinions. Aaron's football IQ isn't very high.
Ladies and gentlemen, the latest person to purchase merch in the store is our king. King Lowski. What did he get? The Jake Asman Show clear plastic tumbler. Love that. A.K.A. the iced coffee cup. I love that. Mike wrote in, didn't Salah say we make great quarterbacks look average, and then there were like 12 of them that got rammed by us? Yeah, and like Salah, I think, regretted saying that, right? It was like him just like, I think trying to back his guys, being like, we get so much crap for all this. We lost Aaron, and look what our defense has done. Because, like, that's the one thing Salah could point to, right? Why is he the right head coach? Look at the defense. Now get him a real quarterback and see what happens. Like, that's what he's going to say. So I get it from that standpoint. But, yeah, I mean, the Jet defense is one of the best in the league. I can't argue that. Mike D's Nuts says, week 3, Jake, you need a camera crew. I really do. If anyone wants to collaborate on me being, like, mic'd up at the tailgate or something like that, we do, like, a behind-the-scenes recap video. Let's do that. Maybe we'll fly Gator in from Florida for that one. Shake and Bake says, where do you think Tariq Cohen lands on the depth chart? I don't know if he makes the team. Like, right now, I would say he doesn't, but we'll see. He's RB5 right now. And then we'll see if he is better than Izzy and if the special teams impact is great enough where he's ready to roll. Matt writes in, not 100% which jersey we're burning yet, but if you want to bring Brady jerseys, we will always have the need for floor mats. That's true. I think you're going to go with Gerard Mayo, man. I can see that. Pittsburgh Mike writes in, just joined, and I hear Cowherd saying Aaron's football IQ isn't very high. Might have ruined my day. Well, don't worry. You could always laugh at this.
And Jet fans are clueless. I mean, they're dopes. They don't know anything. This is a really good hire. Gase is a great coach. Gase is a great coach. Okay, Adam Gase is Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan. Gase is a great coach.
You know, we're dopes. We're Jet fans. What do we know? Prestige says, what were y'all's favorite W last year? For me, I'd probably go with the first ever win over the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, it has to kind of be the Eagles game, no? Right? Because think about it. Week 1 was an incredible win. But you can't talk about Week 1 without one of the worst moments in the history of our lives as sports fans. Forget being a Jet fan. Right? Believe me, it was a great win, man. And I watched back the highlights from that game, and you hear the crowd, and it's just insane how loud. Like, I've been to a lot of big sporting events in my career. I've been lucky enough to be at an Olympics before, a Super Bowl, World Series. That was the loudest environment I've ever been in for a sporting event. Right? But I can't say that was the best, like my favorite win, because they lost to Aaron 4 plays in. That's the problem. I think it has to be the Eagle game because, like, everyone thought they were going to lose that game. You didn't have Sauce. You didn't have DJ Reed. You didn't have Carter. And you won, and you went into the bye at 3-3 as opposed to 2-4. Jay says the best win was over Houston. Yeah, but even that game was like, the defense was great. Zach had a great half for once. And then they were already out of it at that point. Shake and Bake says, Jake, if you get a chance, play the new NCAA game. Highly recommend. Never too old for video games. I don't own a console anymore, Shake and Bake, but I have heard it's good. Obviously, well aware on how big that game is, how long people have waited for it to come back. Pittsburgh Mike writes in, how much will Aaron play in the preseason? I'd like not a lot, but problem is we don't have quarterback bodies. I think he's only playing a couple drives in that last game, Mike. They'll sign a practice quarterback, or it will be Tyrod, Austin P. or P. What's the other guy's name they have? I should know this, but I forget. And then we'll see how far along Jordan Travis is, so they can get him in some game action towards maybe the end. Training camp, potentially. Also, Andrew Peasley, right? The kid from Wyoming they have. Who actually, take it with a grain of salt. I did hear from some people that he looked pretty good in the OTAs. Now, what does that mean? Not much, but we'll see. Maybe that will be their guy. Shake and Bake, do you follow a college team? No. Whoever I bet on. I went to a D3 school, Ithaca College, so I follow Ithaca football, but I don't have a college team. Whoever I bet on, that's who I follow. Brazil says bucket hat is hot. Amen. Amen. Nate says that was for sure the loudest MetLife has ever been for a football game. Without question. It was insane that night. I wish I could play it, but it'd get flagged instantly by the NFL. Go listen to the crowd on the first Brees handoff. The only time we heard Rodgers through the crowd mics on the field give us a green 19 and then hand it to Brees. Green 19! Green 19! And then the crowd explodes on that first 25-yard run, and I thought we were winning the Super Bowl. It was insane. And then it was also insanely loud on the Garrett catch, the Gibson return, obviously. So, keep that in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, Genergy is getting in on the fun. Genergy going to town. Shout out to Genergy. She bought an Asmaniac bucket hat in white, an Asmaniac bucket hat in black, a Jake Asman Show coffee mug, a Jake Asman Show forest green hoodie with the white Jake Asman Show logo text in the center. And finally, a Kicks by Carly foam trucker hat. Boom. And since Genergy knows the discount because she's on Patreon, she got it discounted. Let's go, Genergy. How about our 4% female demographic? Also, Genergy is going on the 411 tonight with VR and Johnny. Dano says, Jake, I'll be looking for the AVT interview around 5. I wish, man. I'd love to interview AVT. Iconical. I already read that one. My bad. Gator writes in, what are you expecting for Yankees round 2? We're getting Stanton back. What do you think the lineup will look like? Well, I know he's not back yet. I'm sure he's going to do a rehab assignment first. But, I mean, look, the problem with Stanton, besides the fact that he's always hurt and we knew this was coming, when he then comes back from his injury, he never plays well right away. I can't think of a time he's come off the injury list and has been good right away because his swing is so wild and his timing is always messed up that it's so hard to, expect him to come in and hit right away. So, I don't know. I mean, will he help lengthen the lineup? Yes. Will pitchers have to fear him and respect him because of his pedigree and track record? Yes. But the Yankees need more from the guys that are going to be on this team until they add hopefully a bat or maybe 2 at the deadline. But, you got Cole going tonight. You're facing, I think they're playing the Rays, right? They're, a 500 team. You just took 2 out of 3 from the Rays last week. Go beat them. It's a 4-game series. Win 3 out of 4. Do that. Ladies and gentlemen, William Sprague. William, where have you been, my man? Hello, Jet fans. I'm sorry I haven't been around for 3 weeks. I transferred my wife out of New Jersey to Beth Israel in Boston. She's now home after over a year. Thanks for all your prayers. Can't wait to get back to listening. Monday. William, that's awesome news, my man. Very happy to hear that about your wife. William, do me a huge favor, right? I know you're on Patreon or Discord. Shoot me a message there, and I want to send you and your wife some Jake Asman Show merch. All right? Or just do me a favor. You can even email me if that's easier for you. asmanjake@gmail.com. It's my last name, first name. And let's get you some merch for you and your wife. That's awesome. Very happy to hear that about William. Trying to find something I could play here that would fit, but can't find this cut I wanted to show. Anyway, thank you, William. I was going to put the Sprague Spree drop, but I don't know where it is. Sprague Spree. Dun, dun, dun. See, look, he already gifted the memberships. A Sprague Spree. 5 channel memberships.
Oh, nice.
Go, William. Let's go. 5 memberships from William. As Dano wrote in the chat, grab the spray gun. Dano Jets, speaking of, just got a membership. Eric Rivera, Mr. K, Ron G, Carl Johnson, all officially as Maniacs. A Sprague Spree indeed. Gator, if you're still watching, if you can email me the Sprague Spree video again, because I don't know what I did with it. I will have that ready. Now we know William's going to be back watching Monday. You never know when it's going to happen. All right. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone who received one of the first ever orders in the history of the Jake Asman merch store, which is open right now till 1:05 Eastern time if you're just tuning in at jakeasman.com. He received a onesie for his newborn daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Boy. Hello, Johnny.
What's up, Jake? How you holding up, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Just exhausted, but we still chucking along.
Big show tonight. Genergy coming on.
Yeah, dude. Cannot wait, man. Hopefully everybody tunes in. It's going to be exciting, fun. You guys get to see another side of Genergy as well. So looking forward to it. I know she's gonna bring it. There might be a question that involves Jake Asman in it. You never know. So, but hey, I sent you a thing, bro. I want that one that has like the cream with the green on it, but it doesn't say it on the merch, which it's a snapback that has the Asmaniac logo on it.
Where'd you send it?
On the Discord.
Let's see if I can help you out. Okay, I see it right here. Oh, okay. I ordered the same one. That's my favorite one. Good choice. It's under natural/black.
Natural / okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, that's the one that I want to cop. I'm about to cop it right now. You said it's open till 105?
105 Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that shit like ASAP. But
For you, I'll keep it open a little longer. If you can't get it done in the next 15 minutes, just let me know. I'll send you a link to get it.
I appreciate. Yeah, I'm copping that one, dude. That's I'm a hat guy, man.
Me too.
And that's the one right there. Dude, again, I went back again and listened to the interview with Tittman. Right, one of my favorite things that dude said was speaking about Olu, and speaking on about how strong and the grips of the hand and everything like that.
That was really good insight. Yep.
Yeah, him. Just like what Neil said yesterday, man, bro. Like, you just got me so hyped up even more now for the damn season with that guy's interview coming on like that. And how can we not love Joe Tittman for him coming up and being the way he is, dude? So the fan base embraces him. Look, I might grow a mullet out now because of it, so appreciate it, dude. And again, thank you so much, bro, for the onesie. You cannot wait. As soon as she gets it, I'm putting it on. Hopefully she fits it, but she's growing, bro, so fast. She's almost 10 pounds already, dude. And she's only been 14 days out.
We ordered the smallest one for you, so hopefully that works.
Yeah, she needs to put it on ASAP. So I get it. I'll send a picture. Hey, you can put it on your thing and model it, right? So it'll be this is how it looks on a baby.
Yeah, honestly, we could put that up there. That'd be hilarious. That'd be great.
Yeah, man. But hey,
our first Asmaniac baby.
The dude, the youngest right now, bro. So she's ready. And hey, again, I appreciate you, man, doing that. That's awesome. Appreciate Leany and appreciate to my uncle, man. So he got me some stuff, which is dope. That dude went bananas, bro, because he got nothing but boys. So he was like, "Yo, I've never been able to get stuff for girls." So he hooked it up, which is awesome, man. So, but hey, keep doing your thing, bro. Again, so much respect on that interview, bro. Your interview skills are second to none, man. That shit was amazing, bro. And just the way you continue to keep having the conversation and the questions with them just flowed so dope, man. So awesome interview, man. I look forward to your much success that you're going to be having, bro. So keep killing
Johnny.
it, dude.
I appreciate that,
Appreciate you, man. As maniacs, baby, we align together. We
Let's
ride
go.
together. We ride together.
Let's
As
go,
maniacs
Johnny.
Life.
I love it. Johnny, 411 tonight with VR on their YouTube channel. Check that out. With Guest Energy. Yeah, I mean, Tittman was great. All you try to do in that spot is ask the questions that fans would care about, right? And I am a fan, so that's easy. But you could ask the question. The guy's got to give you a good answer. And he was awesome. He was honest. He was providing details. I really thought the question that Fialco asked him about the different things that he does at the line of scrimmage, what he's in control of versus what Aaron operates as the quarterback. That was a great answer. I put that into a short and put that all over social this morning. I mean, he gave some great insight. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Kevin has just ordered some merch. Ladies and gentlemen, an Asmaniac bucket hat in black, a Jake Asman Show trucker cap in Kelly white, an Asmaniac snapback hat in green camo, and a Jake Asman Show unisex hoodie. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Kevin. This show is so long, it's like a Bobby show. I'm staying on at this point till 1:05 when the merch store closes. And then it's live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for Patreon users exclusively with the discount code for all the merch. Ladies and gentlemen, our king is on the line. Hello, King Lowski.
Jake, my brother. Jake, my brother.
I don't know what I love more, King. That shirt or the bucket hat?
You know I had to represent. You know this overrated bum. I gotta let all of them Jill fans know this overrated bum is garbage, and we gonna put foots in them this year. You already know what's going on. But you know, I just had to hop on, man, and I just wanted to say, man, I appreciate the merch, man. The bucket hat. I can't wait to get it so I can represent the Jake Asman show every day, baby. Okay. And I ain't even know you threw in a little bonus for me, Jake. I was like, man, I appreciate that.
I forgot you could see it. It was going to be a surprise, but I forgot I put your email in there because I have it from Patreon, so you see what I ordered for you. But yeah, enjoy, man. It's the least I could do for all your support.
Man, I appreciate it, man. So, you know, I had to go on there. I was like, man, let me go on and get something else. Let me go on and see what else is up in here, baby. You already know, Jake. Boy, you got the merch store going crazy, man. Y'all go and shop and make sure y'all go and support the man, Jake Asman, for sure, man. Hey, man, I just wanted to hop in here with some little Jet news, man. I wanted to know, at the end of the day, this whole training camp thing, man, how soon do you think it's going how soon do you think things are going to get rolling with like practice teams and all of that? You know, how soon do you think everything gonna start coming in, man?
Well, so the first on-field practice is Wednesday. Report date's Tuesday.
Okay.
We'll get. I'm sure Sal will speak. I would be surprised if Rogers doesn't speak. If he's not speaking Tuesday, I'm sure he'll make him available Wednesday. So I think we'll have that to react to Tuesday, and then Wednesday's the first on-field practice. That's only for the media. The first one for fans is Thursday. Friday, I think, is only media, and then Saturday is for fans, too. So I might try and go to that Saturday one. But the point being, you'll start hearing about practice reports and tweets and who's not participating and all that. That'll be Wednesday.
Right. Okay, man. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. I can't wait, man, to get the ball rolling, get guys in there to start hitting them pads, man, and start getting guys to hitting for real. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I just wanted to address something in the chat. You already know. You probably already seen Jake, but at the end of the day, man, I don't know where this Big Bird dude came from. But let me tell you something, Big Bird. Okay, man, you better stay away from my Genergy, dog. All right, at the end of the day, dog, we can squabble. I don't know which street you, Sesame Street. I'm from the streets of Queens, though. Farmers Boulevard, all right? I don't know nothing about no Sesame Street, but we learn how to squabble on my block. You heard? So whatever you want to do, Big Bird, I'm going to put your beak in the dirt. You heard? JTS!
King, I appreciate it. Bobby wrote in during that, Jake, can I say hi to King Lowski? Bobby, the problem is I can't control King Lowski, man. He's a loose cannon. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Bird has responded to Lowski. We can go beak to beak, Lowski. I love this show. I really do. I have more fun doing this than I do anything else. It's the best. Matt from L5 wants to know, do you consider cereal to be a soup? No. Bobby, Bobby?
What?
What are you yelling at?
I'm drinking water.
You yelling? There was some noise there when I brought you on.
I don't know. What's the question?
Do you consider cereal to be a soup?
Cereal to be a soup? What is this guy on? Is he on like Kush? I don't know. That's a stupid question.
All right. What were you yelling at?
Nothing. I wasn't yelling. I don't know.
People in the chat can confirm this. There was some yelling.
Yeah, look at Bubby. I don't want Bubby. You put that in there? Or Gator?
I keep getting blamed for things that I don't do.
Why doesn't your name change ever? Gator, change it back.
Because I control my own name.
Gator controls my name too. Gator, put it back. Now. Okay, put my name back to Bobby Midnight. I don't want Bubby, whatever you put it.
But Bubby is your pronunciation in Australia.
I don't care. I don't want it. I don't want it. And then Bobby Unlimited, no.
Oh, come on. Bubby makes sense.
Hey, guys, guess who's with me now?
Oh, Bubby?
It's the girl who makes my 3D roll.
Oh, Bubby?
She's the only one I let sit on my chair.
Oh, Bubby.
With her beautiful face and her long blonde hair.
Oh, Bubby. I mean, you know I'd stop by more often if you clean up this mess.
Oh, Sarah.
Is that an old ham sandwich over there, Bubby?
Yes, Sarah.
Do you think I'm prettier than 3D Gary, Bubby?
Of course, Sarah.
Because you said he's good looking with his long, sweet hair.
Oh, Sarah. I thought it was his wife.
I wanted to thank you. Well, Carly put it in there. I got the bucket hat, she said, and something else.
Yeah, we got a couple things actually.
Well, I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but Carly put it in the chat. So I wanted to thank you for that.
I told you we were going to order you some stuff.
I thought one hat. That's all I thought. Bucket
Well,
hat.
you needed a hat, and there's something else in there too. There's two hats, and then
Yeah.
there's something else. But I won't tell you what that something else is. You have to
Hopefully
wait.
it's not a onesie. No.
Would you fit into a onesie, Bob?
No, I know. Yeah, I was only joking. That was a joke.
How much to buy the orange chair from you and put it as a limited merch drop in the store?
No, I'm gonna bring it down to the first game I told you.
I'll pay
So
$3
what-
grand for it.
When is your thing?
$3 grand, and I buy the chair right now.
When is that thing? The L5. How
You're-
much
no,
is the
you're ignoring my offer. $3 grand.
Really?
$3 grand. Buy
Right
the chair,
now?
and we put it in the store.
Right now?
Oh, you waited too long, so no.
Oh, whatever. I was asking you a question. L5.
What is L5?
No, when you have how much is the food cost?
It's free. You just bring your own.
Bring your own food.
I'll make sure you get some food from L5 if you're there. Aren't you going to Boy Green's tailgate though?
Yeah, but it's $65 for the whole food.
We can raise $65 for you.
I'll do it. I got the money, but I just said. All right, so no, that's the question I had for you. I didn't know what was going on that yours. Then I'd be at your other one, Halloween.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I hope it's not that cool. I don't think New
Matt
York is
writes
too
in,
cool.
Bobby, I don't know if you can come to L5 after calling my cereal question dumb.
Oh, that's who that was? Oh, I don't know. Why are you asking that kind of question? Cereal question? Do you think cereal is a soup?
No.
No. Okay, we answered the question. We did. We did. So 105 you're ending?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Oh, okay. Then you're gonna drag it out.
I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna happen. I can't predict the future.
Because I want to get on soon. I missed my show yesterday.
So now you're trying to bully me off?
No, I just asked a question. I didn't bully you off.
It
I
kind
didn't
of
do
sounds like you're. Now you kind of sounds like you're putting some pressure on me to.
No, I'm not like Gary. Oh, can you drop your show so I could go on at 6:30? No, I just asked what time you said 105, so that's what you said.
Yeah, but what if I change my mind?
You could change your mind. It's up to you. It's a free world, right?
Yeah. Well, there's 3 minutes left in the merch store, which we opened up because we got 25
Well,
members.
I know. Oh, yeah, that's true. And then
Ladies
how
and
much?
gentlemen, Jets Johnny, not Jets Johnny. I'm reading the thing he ordered though. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Boy did in fact order the Asmaniac snap that he wanted.
Oh, the white one with the black.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Ladies
Did
and
you get it?
gentlemen, another order has been placed. This one by none other than the great Bethpage Chris. A pint
I like-
glass, a T-shirt in white.
I wouldn't mess around with that guy. He's pretty big.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts has just purchased a black Jake Asman Show bucket hat.
All right, say me. I got that too.
Yeah.
We could wear it at the party.
Ladies and gentlemen, listener Al has purchased a Charles Gorman premium Asmaniac tank top.
Al Bundy? No.
I don't think it was Al Bundy, no.
Or Al from Happy Days?
Huh?
Al from Happy Days?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever watch Good Times?
I have not.
Oh, not JJ. Janet Jackson had her first start on that show.
Matt from L5 says, Jake, you're taking Bobby's listeners / airtime.
No, don't worry about it. It's up to him. He's the king of the rule. Don't worry about it.
Oscar says Jake's threatening Bobby's time slot.
No, don't worry about it. I said, drop it. That's
Jay says Jake is keeping Bobby off the air.
Stop it, people. Leave Jake alone, please.
1 minute left in the merch store. 1 minute.
1 minute, like hockey, right? Don't they say
1
that?
minute remaining.
Don't they say that in hockey, right?
Now, if you need it to be extended another minute or two, write in the chat and let me know. But 1 minute.
Yeah, give it 5 minutes extra. That's good, right?
Are you just making up the rules?
I just suggested 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. Is this the Bobby Midnight merch store or the Jake Asman merch store?
Jake Asman merch. You're doing
Oh,
good
yeah.
today. You're doing good today.
I feel like I'm doing one of your shows. I'm live for 2.5 hours. I'm exhausted.
Well, you only got one person on.
That's, hard
You know,
lifting.
like 10, 12 people at a time.
Yeah. So what's the lead, if I end my show now? What's the lead topic on your show?
Anything, mate. Bon voyage.
No monologue. You don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something, I guess. Okay, so do you ever what? Janet Jackson.
I'm familiar with her. Yes.
She started in Good Times, and a mother. You know who her mother is?
Who?
Do you ever watch Facts of Life?
I have not seen that now.
Wow, you're a young boy. You didn't watch that either.
Well, you're an old man.
I'm old fart.
Now, Bobby, what if I told you that I could purchase the same exact orange chair you own?
Yeah.
Off eBay right now for just $25.
Probably could get that. Yeah.
Is this what you have? Is this the same one?
Yeah, that's kind of close to it. Yeah, orange.
All right. I want, if I can't get the authentic from you, I want to get as close to it as possible.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I got that one for free anyway. So.
I'm probably gonna order that chair. I'm gonna bring it to my meetup.
Oh, I thought. Okay, then I'll bring it to the.
No, you got to bring your actual one. But I'm also gonna take pictures in an orange chair, and we'll see who
No,
gets
I'm
more
not gonna
people.
carry that all through the city.
All right, I'm not gonna order it then. You have to bring yours.
No, I'm not.
It's very easy. You put the chair in the trunk, and then when you park your car near the venue, you just bring it in.
Well,
and it sits there for the whole night. And I'll put it in your trunk on the way out.
No, I'm gonna put it in the parking lot. Do they have a garage?
They don't have a personal garage, but there's New York City parking garages near the place where the meetup is. T Squared Social. RSVP right now if you haven't. Sponsor.
Oh, I know who I could ask. I could ask Bonesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Well, he takes the train in, but I'm sure he could show you.
Yeah, I know, but if he took, no, usually on Sundays he takes the car. There's hardly any traffic, so he gets parking right in front.
Hold on, Bobby. I'm now in a bidding war for this chair with VR on eBay. Oh, here we go, VR. You better make your best offer.
Well, VR is good.
All right, so we don't have a lead topic on your show today. So I'm basically going to end the show and send this audience into the wilderness.
Into the wilderness. We're going to the wilderness? Why the wilderness?
Someone said your show is like Seinfeld. It's about nothing. Big Will.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, you could talk about anything on my show, so it gets wacky. It's crazy and wild sometimes.
All right. Statement to everyone. Merch store is closing.
Right now.
We're putting the password back on.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. That was more for everyone else, Bobby, not you.
Oh, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, no.
Does this mean anything to you, Bobby, this comment here from John?
Oh, shut up about the pastries before I put some right in your eye.
What are your thoughts on Robert saying viewers dropped from 108 to 106 immediately when it was mentioned Bobby's show was on?
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Uh-oh. Sorry.
I mean, you're more popular than me these days, Bob. I get it.
No, you're not. No, I'm not.
No, it's true.
No, it's not.
I think it is.
I only get 30 in my chat. That's the highest I ever got, 30.
Man. Len says, I was just about to buy it when you closed it. I don't think that's true, Len. If you're on the page, you don't just lose it.
Oh.
All right. Bobby, thank you for the time.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to keep you some company.
Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I need to find Matt O'Leary. He's supposed to come on my show. I want his butt on a stick. Bobby.
All-time Bobby moment today. Nick Shine is dealing with some sort of health situation where he finds himself, unfortunately, in the hospital. So once again, sending our best wishes to Nick. Nick called in and revealed that Bobby Midnight somehow found the hospital Nick is staying at and was able to call the hospital and get the phone in the hospital, in the room that Nick is staying in. Was able to reach Nick on that phone. Incredible. Incredible. All right. Long show. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. At the very beginning, 45 minutes of something every Jet fan needs to pay close attention to. A comprehensive breakdown with footage of the new kickoff rules the NFL is going to be rocking. It's going to affect the Jets. It's going to affect every team. Check that out if you missed it. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, all the super chats, channel memberships, everyone who bought merch during our flash sale during the show. JakeAsman.com/shop. If you're a Patreon user, you get early access beginning tomorrow until Tuesday before the general public. So if items sell out, well, consider being a Patreon member so that doesn't happen to you. You get 15% off as well when you sign up for Patreon and use the code there on all items. So basically, if you sign up for Patreon for $5, you're basically getting it for free because of the discount on the merch. Carly has actually said that the shop's closing up at 1:15 Eastern. So there you go. There's actually 4 minutes left. So there you have it. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Truly appreciate it. You guys are the best. We'll be back, let's say, somewhere in the 4 or 5 p.m. hour for another show. There's some things still to talk about with this Jets team. If you haven't watched the Joe Tippmann interview, highly recommend you check that out because he was absolutely phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, Best of the Jake Asman Show, Episode 4, produced by the great Gator McCluskey and Boomtown, is live for all channel members. If you haven't seen it yet, here's a short clip so you can then go watch the remaining episode because it is hilarious. Go Jets. Thanks to all the Asmaniacs. Talk to you guys soon. And if you don't tune in this weekend, have a great weekend, folks. Football is upon us. The Jets report to camp on Tuesday.
BJF is gone.
He was on for the first hour. Now, Neil, the AI summary of the chat is right now. I want to read it to you for you to get you to comment. Viewers in the chat, you're getting just so you know, you're getting destroyed in the chat right now.
Oh, my friend, yeah, because I got no shirt on. I'm
back-to-back callers with no shirts on.
That's
yes.
it. Yeah, rip me, bro. I don't give a shit.
I'm not. I'm just reading the comments.
No, it's fine. I don't give a shit. But I can't see it, so I'll go back and look at it. Picture your wives under me, bro. Anyway.
Steve M, for your comments. I'm I can't, man. I need a 20. I'm taking 20.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
Only on this show, dude. Only on this show.
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Joe Douglas going to get a lot of credit. And, yeah, I read Rick's comment. I support in honor of Big Fella.
Come on.
We're live on Broadway right now. Shirtless, baby. Shout out to the chat.
Nate, thank you very much. All right. The show's getting weird.
I don't know what is going on today. I was watching the show on delay, and then I popped in, and everyone's topless.
From Leany and NC, Jake, I'm going braless. Does that count? For the first time ever, I have to play this for a female listener.
Calm your freaky down.
Um,